So, well, hello everyone. We're back for episode 220, and hey, it's been actually a pretty relatively active week for the news, relatively, as January just ended, right? So all the news just started flooding in, I guess, right? January is like that dead month where, businesses like to start counting their money, because I think February is when you start to do your taxes, right? I mean, not necessarily everyone starts the taxes that month, but that's when it starts, right? Generally for most people anyway. But anyway, yeah, so it's pretty much the beginning of February as we record this, and of course, right, as soon as that switch is turned on, all the shit was coming in. How's your week been?
Yes.
Yes.
Gotta love. Besides, the standard working at retail,
Mm-hmm.
telling customers for 10 times this item you want cannot be shipped to Hawaii. Why? The company doesn't allow it. Why? His corporate's number. Have a good day.
Yeah. Yep.
You cannot ship here. You want this item? Go back to California or whatever mainland state you came from.
Yeah.
We still can't even ship, which is a good thing. Lithium batteries.
Oh yeah. Then how do you wait? So you and then how's it work with smartphones then? Because that uses lithium.
Lithium. I guess it's because for like cell phone companies, they have to pay that extra
Oh, the fee.
insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess my working place doesn't want to pay the extra stuff to ship it.
Oh, so it's just like okay, I see. Okay.
Or it's more on how they say, like, the supply and demand. If only one person out of like 1,000 wants this item, why
Gotcha. I see.
Oh man.
Oh well. Gotta order somewhere else then.
Besides,
Yeah.
besides that, crafting for my stuff. It's going along well, except for today. I was like, wow, it's a good day to craft. Sees it starts raining. I guess God said nay. Video game wise, I think I need to play more Overwatch.
Why is that?
Finish the battle pass.
Oh, okay.
Oh, do you have that?
So you have Ramatra and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have
Atra.
Yeah. I have yet to touch Overwatch since the beginning of the year, so I'm probably gonna miss out on getting Ramatra and probably gonna have to get him through whatever challenges they offer at some point. Anything else before I go into mine?
I missed 2 weeks for now of One Piece anime.
Oh, okay. I've been missing all the weeks when it comes to the anime side. I've been keeping up still with the manga, man.
Sir, it's not weeks, it's called months.
I guess that depends on the person's perception of time. But yeah.
What is time?
Exactly. For some people, January felt like it just happened and then went away. That's how fast time can go for some people. So that's it for you, or?
That's it.
All right.
Nothing good, nothing bad.
Yeah. Essentially, like the biggest one for me is my you heard me talk about it, but like um my TV kind of like is hitting the crapper, and this started actually like rather a while back during late 2022. I like fired up my PC to turn on my big TV and stuff like that, and I noticed like it was like oddly bluish. So I was like, okay, I mean, maybe I don't know, maybe my PC like did something with the update or something, and might have like changed the color temperature a little bit or something. So I'll just adjust my TV, and pretty much like when I was like adjusting stuff, I was like, how come it's not really changing anything? Like it's like still kind of warm, but not like too like it's still like like super blue in comparison to all of my other monitors. So that was like that for a while. I'm like trying to just figure it out. Maybe I don't know. Maybe something will just fix itself or something. But then not too long ago, I was looking up like maybe this is a problem with like maybe LG TVs or something. It's just basically not just LG, but like just LED TVs. Some of them,
Yeah.
some of the backlight just gets like faulty or something. So it like just either dims or just completely shuts off because I don't know, something in the wiring or something got shitty or whatever. Not a common problem, like thankfully, but sadly it happened to me. So I guess I'm one of the few that just got it, and so it's a relatively uncommon problem, fortunately for for the most part. So I'm pretty much stuck with the bluish TV for right now, and then I was looking around and like I was wondering, because I heard about TCL, right? And that was like a TV that a number of people have, especially people who play fighting games because of the latency or the input lag or whatever you want to call it, or the latency rather is on the lower side, which is good. So I was looking into that, but then overall, I still came to the decision of just getting another LG TV because overall I didn't really hear too much about LG TVs being infamous for this problem or anything like that. So I guess I just got a bad batch or something from the bad batch. Again, unfortunate. So I'm just gonna
Mhm.
stick with LG. It's only $100 more anyway, so I'll just save up a little more and then switch out the TV pretty much. So because TCL, I'm like a little um on the worried sort of side because I've heard like common opinions that it is more on a dim side, like it's not as bright as your typical TV, and the colors are still like relatively on the lower side. So if you want like vibrant colors and nice bright TV and all that stuff, might not be the one for you because it is a budget TV or definitely a budget TV. It's good for college students who are starting out, getting their first TV, or this is a good TV for your grandparents or your parents, cause they just want something there to play something in the background, right? So they don't really care about so much like the picture as long as it's functional and you know whatever, like it's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're like a little more into more into your TV and stuff like that, probably not the one for you. A good starting TV, but then you definitely want to upgrade, and you'll definitely notice like the sort of cons of the TCL. Maybe like if you're in a pinch or something, I guess there's like no other TV, then I guess you get the TCL. But I would just save up. So that was mainly that, and then
Oh,
other than that, I've been keeping up with Last of Us, the drama series, and then games wise, I've been just keep playing Fire Emblem Engage, which I actually found out that I know I DM'd you this, but like
yeah.
yeah apparently you can give the ring, like the ring, to anyone, no matter who it is. The catch is that not every relationship will be a romantic relationship. So, because there are characters who are younger, on the younger side, so obviously it'd be kind of weird. Your character is like 18 or something, right? Technically, or technically you're 1,000 years old because you fell asleep or something, and you're a dragon slash human, whatever. So, a draconic human. So that's that. So you're physically 18, I guess, but then chronologically wise, you're 1,000 years old. So there's that weird thing going on. So yeah, not every thing, I guess, is a romantic relationship. It's just like, I don't know, you just want a S tiered support relationship thing for whatever character, right? So I don't know if there's an actual like same sex sort of relationship going on, like romantically, but you can give the ring to anyone, so that's the thing. So yeah, just thought I'd throw that out there. It's 'cause, I thought it was interesting because a lot of Fire Emblem games still kind of like stick with like just your typical traditional, I guess, relationship in when it comes to the romantic side of things. So and very limited on the sort of same-sex relationships at that. So just thought I'd throw it out there. I haven't gone to that point yet, so I don't know myself, but yeah, I'll probably just look it up if I feel like it. But yeah. Other than that, if there's anything else for me to mention, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like all the major stuff, anyway, for me personally. So, yep, that's the gist of that. So, on today's Hypecast, we do have quite a bit to talk about. Like I said, like I was kind of hinting, pretty much, including fighting games and stuff like that. A little more on the unfortunate side, but it is what it is. But when it comes to the streaming stuff, there's quite a bit to talk about. So let's get to it. So, when it comes to fighting games, let's start off with the unfortunate stuff. This is regarding to Rumbleverse. As for those who don't quite know what that is, Rumbleverse was the fighting game-esque battle royale developed by Iron Galaxy. And it is very unfortunate that they made the announcement on Twitter saying, we have an important announcement to share on February 28th, 2023. I was going to say 2023. Rumbleverse will go offline. Players who have made any purchase since launch will be eligible for a refund. We thank you for so much for playing. Details in a blog, blah blah blah. So basically, yeah, they're shutting down. They're allowing refunds for those who had made their purchases, and essentially, they're gonna roll out their final update at some point pretty soon. And that is pretty much it. Other than just like bug fixes and your typical online service sort of fixins. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm very unfortunate, but at least for those who did put money into it are gonna get their money back. Unlike something like Marvel Avengers, they haven't said anything about a refund or anything like that. Nothing like to that sort. At least here, I'll give them credit for going ahead and giving them the refunds for those who have put money into it, because it does have quite a bit of the monetization stuff, like cosmetics for the most part. Like it's like $20 for a costume, so that's quite a bit. I'm not, of course, we're not sure what really, made it to this point, right? So it could just be like the lack of marketing or just of overall just structure just didn't quite meld with everyone. You are dealing with a fighting game kind of type of stuff, and fighting games are pretty brutal. So when it comes to like trying to keep people on board, And because fighting games across the board, kind of like not require, but it is good to have those like basic fundamentals. So basically, if you played a lot of fighting games, you're pretty set, right? More likely because you have the basic fundamentals down to a T. So that's why like a lot of pro players can kind of like jump to fighting game to fighting game relatively easily. I mean, it's still I'm sure it's still hard in a way because they put their time into it. That's the kind of people they are. But
Yep.
for anyone who is like brand new and they're facing those kind of people all the time, it is brutal, man. And so I can definitely see why they would like jump off quite quickly, for the most part, within the 2 weeks, to the or something to that extent. So I think a lot of it's like obviously there's a lot of gray areas, I'd say, as to why this pretty much like flopped, again, unfortunately. And it just I guess it just didn't work out for the most part. I mean, have you tried Rumbleverse at all or not? No,
Numbers? No.
no. But
I just watched.
yeah, you just watched, and I mean, so
Yeah.
from a viewer's perspective, I mean, what did you think of it?
It looked relatively like for all the BRs that I played, which is only like two. It was it was like a to me like a fresh take. No need guns. It was like you are fighting, like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
wrestling and stuff. So it was like a really breath of fresh air.
Yeah, yeah.
But the I guess the problem was like, oh, it was competing with already staple BRs out there.
Yeah, that could be
So
one other a factor as well. Um, yeah, I mean, I think the core was definitely there. As someone who played it myself, it definitely was there. But I did play it early on, so there were some apparent problems with some of the combat, but overall it was like very rock paper scissors, right? So like you have special attacks beating certain things and grapple moves beating certain other things and blah blah blah, that sort of stuff. uh you can play in duels at the time, but over time they added trios and quads. I think I could be wrong, but I think that's what they did. Yes, so there's even system there: quads, trios, duos, and solos. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But like like you said, it was a fresh take. It was something kind of like brand new to the formula from all the typical BRs. They all just like have guns in them and stuff like that. This one was all about grappling. I'm a grapple player. I play the grapplers, man. You know, Alex, Geef, you name it. I always go for the grapplers, or gravitate more towards the grapplers than anything.
mhm.
Even of course King of the Dinosaurs and KOF, right? So it's my
Even
kind.
though he was a weird ass input,
Uh,
some of his stuff.
Actually, it wasn't too bad for me. So, um, it was like, I mean, definitely his supers have weird inputs, but I somehow like didn't really felt that was a problem personally for me, because everyone else had that same input everywhere anyway. So I think it's more of a KOF thing than really much, pretty much anything else, right? Really, I don't think it's a King of the Dinosaurs sort of exclusive problem. It's more of like it's just KOF, I think. But anyway, so yes, I played grapplers. There's a lot of wrestling moves. There were cool wrestling moves too. And there were some goofy things in there, of course, like some of like the moments, like you can like kind of wring yourself out, um, during like the final stretch of things. I never got first place, unfortunately. I got second place. That's like my highest ranking before I kind of like moved on to something else at the time. So, um, but yeah, I mean, the time I had with the game, it was pretty fun, for me. and um, it's just unfortunate that it never like really um
Hmm.
got a
Took off.
grasp. It never really got a grasp, or like it never like got the traction that it deserved, right? I think, and I didn't. I was really hoping, like the Game Awards would like help it out, like give it some attention, but instead they fucking put Sifu in the fighting game category instead of Rumbleverse. That's more of a fighting game than Sifu, than anything when it comes to like the mentality of things, right? So that's that's like Rumbleverse is fighting games 101, and you're playing against like a bunch of people,
Yeah.
versus Sifu, you're just fighting a bunch of CPUs. That's that's pretty much it.
I wonder if Daddy Jeff like talked to that person that made the listings or the contestants.
Yeah.
I'm going, I'm
I
going like, the
yeah.
fuck is this?
I wonder I wonder how that works when it comes to the Game Awards. Like, obviously it's not just Jeff, but like there's a board
Yeah.
of people, and I wonder how they came to that decision, right? So, like, were they just not aware of Rumbleverse at all? Like, I don't know. Somebody did not do their research. That's for sure.
Either somebody didn't do their research or it was like, hey, put Sifu
Yeah,
into
right.
the list. Please. Please, we need the help. It's like, what? Why?
Man, I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think if it was featured in Game Awards, it would have like helped it somewhat or something. I think it would have only been helpful, get more attention and stuff like that. People would have been like, "Wait, what's this game? I never heard of this game. Wait, fighting game? Wait, it's a fighting game battle royale? Maybe I should look into this." That's that type of thing. So I think like marketing was like a big part of it. I don't think it really, got any like commercials or anything like that. I don't think anyway. I could be wrong. So I think that's another part of it too. I mean, like I kind of said early on, and then yeah. So um, obviously it's not gonna totally say here as to why. So I think yeah, rewards is probably another thing too. I mean, there's a bunch of gray areas and stuff like that. So who knows what exactly was the cause of all this? So I don't think there really is a black and white answer anyway. It's just a bunch of factors, and I think overall it just didn't work out. Even though it was a good idea, it just somehow didn't work out. Very unfortunate. So, yeah. So, for those who are still playing, you have the entire month of February to kind of play it and then pretty much say goodbye to it, man. It's very unfortunate. Maybe somewhere else, someone will try to make a fighting game sort of battle royale, and then hopefully success with flying colors. Maybe people wanted like Ryu fireballs and like Ken's spinning kick and stuff like that. You know, um, maybe not just with wrestlers and such. Maybe they want like more of your typical fighting game stuff, like the Chun Li's and the
Mhm.
Ryu's and the Kens and the Guiles, right? That type of stuff, those type of archetypes. And then of course you gotta have the grapplers, right? So, but then and people are gonna argue about the whole fireball meta game and all that stuff, right? So you gotta, it is tricky to make things work for everyone, or at least most people. But yeah, anything else you wanted to say about Rumbleverse?
At least they're doing like one thing that a lot of like companies do not want to do when they have like the uh pay to win or the pay structure is, hey, this game is going offline in a few months. Let us refund you the money that you put into our game instead of just keeping it.
Yeah,
At least they're nice because we both know if Fate goes, That's it.
Well, that one's different. It's a gotcha game, man. That's a gotcha game.
True, but imagine a gotcha game would just be like, "Hey,
Dude.
you know, thousands of dollars that you spent on our games. Here, have it back." It's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
thank you."
man. You're saying the gotcha games should be more of like a Swiss bank account than anything. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I invest in these characters.
Nah, you're paying.
Look at how much money I threw in to try and get King Hassan, only for somebody else to always get him.
Yeah,
Stairs.
You're paying for the slot machine RNG, my friend, and not as much as for the character, man. You're paying for the slot machine, knowing that. So, but
yeah,
these guys are buying their costumes, you know, or not knowing the game. You're not gonna get access to those costumes at some point. I mean, it is real, and it was really soon, so that's probably why they did it too. If Fake Go was like really bad for some reason, you know, and then they have to shut down, then they probably give refunds. But we're at that window, man. We're outside that window. So Fakeo's not gonna give us refunds. Are you kidding me? So it's been a pretty long time for Fake Grand Order. But unfortunately for here, this didn't even reach a year. It was like what, 6 months? So that's like pretty short. Very short, unfortunately. So, but yes, it is good that they are refunding it, unlike, you know, Marvel's Avengers. I think that's a very fair comparison more than anything. So when it comes to gacha games, they're not gonna give you a fucking refund for sure. Man, what a world we would live in if a gacha game goes out of service and they're like, oh yeah, here's all the refunds or whatever of all the crazy purchases you guys did. No fucking way. So, okay, well, hope your Right Off to the Sunset is good, Rumbleverse. It's been fun.
Yep.
But very unfortunate for the people at Iron Galaxy, and the best of luck to them, you know, for the future projects. Pretty sad because there's a bunch of like people who wanted to make content around it, but that's what happens, man. That's what happens when it comes to content creation for video games. You just never know what video game will just die off and, you know, right off to the sunset type of thing. You just never know what happens. Luckily, people who play Fortnite have just they're kind of set for right now. So, all right. Street Fighter news. This was kind of a surprise because they once again made an announcement about the commentary feature within the game, the in-game commentary feature. But with this time, it's not so much of I'm a commentator from your FGC. This is a WWE female wrestler being added to the game. Yeah, did you see this? So Thea Trinidad.
I saw it, and she freaking full on went cosplay in one of the matches.
Did she? Wait, was that her? Oh, that was a different.
Yeah.
Oh.
You won't
okay, well.
If these two don't give me what I want, I may have to come in there and bust them up myself. Amazing awareness there. She makes Dangerous look so good. Gotta remember, a cornered animal is the most dangerous. Oh wow, someone just got turned into a hashtag. This is where things are gonna get very interesting. Making him sweat with these shurikens. We live for these kind of fights. They got the advantage. Gotta start cooking here. That's what happens when you have an irresistible force meeting an immovable object. Time for some good old violence. This is how you stay limber. You gotta crack every last lid. What in the world did we witness? That was unbelievable!
Yeah.
Yep. So Thea Trinidad is being featured in the game. For those who are still sticking with the WWE stuff, especially on the women's side of things, yes, she is indeed now in the game. So, pretty cool. I mean, I definitely did not expect this type of appearance. You know, I just thought it was gonna be all commentators, like, you know, from the FGC and stuff like that. But now they're bringing in the guests. Although, then again, they did feature somebody from the Japanese side of things, like more that person's more of like just like an entertainer and stuff like that too, not so much like an actual FGC member. I forget his name. He had the face paint too. It's like his name is escaping me. But let me see if I can like find that. It should be in here at some point. Okay, there we go. HE Demon Kaka. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, because Kaka is I believe a metal singer too, so you can kind of tell by like the costume too. I believe anyway. Let me try to bring up the thumbnail. Yep, so this man right here with the face paint. Pretty famous in Japan still. Especially a long time ago. But yeah. But so I guess it shouldn't come with a surprise that anyone, I guess, has a potential to appear in Street Fighter as a commentator in game, as long as they're, I guess, affiliated with the fighting game or something fighting game related to some extent. So yeah, I guess the door is open for that kind of potential. But what did you think of Trinidad making her appearance?
I liked it, but just the lack of music behind it kind of like made it a little off.
Okay.
But you know, the purpose of these videos is to just hear their commentary.
Exactly. Yeah.
Again, you add the music, it might drown it out.
Yeah.
But for me and pretty much a lot of other people, we're still holding our breath for Yipes to be in this.
I understand. I definitely understand. Cause yeah, we got Tasty Steve in there, we got James in there, you know. Definitely someone like Yipes deserves a spot in here. But again, I did say this in the past, if Marvel 4 came out and they have the in-game commentary feature, they have to put Yipes in there. They like it's an obligation. Like they have to put Yipes in there. You know?
I wonder if like if and when. Because we know it's there in the ether. For Marvel 4. The only time that we will hear Yipes to be a commentator is only if Nova's there.
Okay, that's really stupid. I'm sorry, but it's really kind of,
because we all want him to hear him to say Nova Force every time that shit happens, and it'll only like appear if, you know, a Nova play or Nova's on the screen.
That would be really silly. I'm gonna put it nicely, but because he should
be like,
it's not just Nova. He like you hear him go hype like for everyone obviously, but for Mike Hagar,
yeah, for Mike, but more majority likes his Nova Force when he does this. So it'll be so funny. It's like, okay, Yipes, we want you to be a commentator for Marvel 4. Is Nova gonna be in there? Yes, sir. It will be. You lie.
I mean, even if Nova makes it back in there, it'll unlikely be Troy Baker because of the whole like union fucking whatever the fuck stuff. Unless they pull off a miracle, then yeah, I mean, cool. But even if he does come back, right? If Nova does make it into Marvel 4, like I'm pretty sure like half of him is gonna be missing, and that's the voice. So that's for me anyway. That's my opinion. Otherwise, I mean, if they get somebody who sounds like him, I mean, cool. But Troy Baker as Nova in Marvel 3, that was the good stuff. But yes, he did bring up the costume thing in the real wrestling world. So somebody else I saw was dressing up as a jury. So let's bring that up. Yeah, so it was Zelina Vega, I believe her name is.
That's the same girl. That's her
Is that her
stage name.
Is that her stage name? Oh, so that was her real name.
Yeah. So
is it really? Okay. So it is her.
real
Okay.
name.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think somebody else was doing it too. If I can bring up the picture here, it was because it was a Jury and Nikali. Let me see here. Someone made a comparison video, which is pretty cool. But I'm looking for. Oh, that's something else. We'll bring that up in a bit. Let me see. Trying to see if I can find the exact picture. It is really cool though that she dressed up as Jury.
But a lot of people were bitching about where she's wearing shoes. It's like,
oh, there you go. I mean, there's one shot right there.
it's like,
Oh, man. Oh, come on. Come on.
it's like, Nanny.
Page not found. Okay, but yeah, you're right. It is her though. It is to say. But somebody else was doing Nikali though. I wanted to bring that picture up, but yeah, it's there. So they're celebrating fighting games. That's kind of cool, right? In the wrestling world at least. So yeah, Vega. funny enough, I'm pretty sure she got that name from Vega. So from Vega himself, the bloody rose, I guess you want to call it that. I mean,
or it could be, the other Vega.
What? Oh, who? Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Yeah. So Trinidad / Zelina, yes, is making an appearance in Street Fighter 6 as a commentator. And yeah, and this was during Royal Rumble. That happened very recently. She dressed up as Jury, so that's actually pretty awesome. So there is a comparison video, so you can see her like in action with all the poses and whatever. Oh yeah, see off to the side, you can kind of see the other person who was trying to do the Nikali pose, and then but meanwhile, Zelina is rocking the Jury sort of vibes, picks her up with the foot and everything. That's actually pretty awesome. Does the back thing. But yeah.
He also does the foot.
Yeah,
Picks you up by the foot and
So that's
bitch go away.
Yeah, I did mention that. But yeah, pretty awesome though that in the wrestling world, this stuff is being celebrated. Kenny Omega is like another like big, figure who like promotes like the fighting games or just video game stuff in general across wrestling stuff. Not just like Street Fighter stuff, but he also sort of makes references with Sephiroth, from Final Fantasy with the whole winged angel thing, so which is why he when he is guest starring in the Ishin, like a dragon Ishin. His card is called the Essence of the One Winged Angel, which is really funny. It's not Sephiroth. It's Kenny Omega. You know what I mean? That's really funny. But yeah, so pretty awesome that Trinidad / Zelina is making an appearance. So pretty cool. and you gotta give it to her for the costume, man. Pretty cool. In terms of like and wrestling grade too, right? Because that stuff like falls off, man. Or if you were to try to make the costume, it's just gonna fall off, right? So big ups to for the costume makers too, for having a costume that actually holds up. So pretty nice. All right, so there was one other Street Fighter thing I wanted to bring up here. Wait, I think this was the early stuff. Let me see. So I guess like if you want to take a look at the snapshots, right? So with a costume. Pretty clever that this top right here is a shirt, and then the you can kind of see the tattoo or whatever is like a it's like a almost like an indication of like the sleeve right here. You can kind of see it, you know, the end of the tattoo, like that's where the sleeve ends. So that's like actually pretty clever. I like the shoes. I like the color coordination with the shoes and everything, so they made it work. The hair and all that stuff. She even got the phone.
It's a phone, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that they left the tape marker right there. But hey, it's all about the costume. It's all about the costume.
Yep.
Yep. Alrighty.
It's like a big thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So in other related Street Fighter stuff, there's a meme going on from I guess Hell on Babu Technique or Mango Grove on Twitter saying that quote tweet with the most useless fighting game fact you know, right? And it's just a picture of Ryo from King of Fighters 15 just kind of just standing there. Not menacingly, he's just kind of just standing there with a blank expression, which is funny. That of itself. So basically, people have been like kind of dropping their facts, right? And then the voice actor for Luke himself, Alex Lay, dropped in the fact here saying, in Street Fighter 5, the recording team was initially very against Luke saying "ora ora ora" because it wasn't American enough. But in quote, I convinced them to let me do it by arguing that Luke is a big weeb and he heard them sing in anime and / fighting games and thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Look,
He's like,
I believe it. And it's not like a true like or anything like that. It's just, you know, very brief ora, you know. But still, it made it in there, and him saying that, yeah, okay, I believe it, you know, sounds pretty believable. But I gotta hear from what's his face, DJ. DJ is the one with the yeah, because he already said it in Street Fighter 4, right? But I guess it'd be because he's not American. They let him get away with it because, you know, he's Jamaican, you know. So I guess for some reason they don't want Americans saying "ora ora," I guess, in the recording booth until Lay himself convinced him somehow to you know, let that pass. So any other comment on that?
I do kind of wish that like Capcom and stuff, like the little battle cries, you know, anime, and does, but as you know, ora, just let the American side or the other voice actors, you know, have their fun with it.
Yeah.
It's not hurting anybody. It kind of makes it feel more like, you know, attuned to the character.
Yeah. You did bring up a pretty good point, because I do wonder about that, right? Because when it comes to like this kind of stuff, like, you know, sometimes when they do say it, it's like, is it because they wanted to, or is it because they were told to, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, a good example would be JoJo's the first arc.
right.
The English voice actor of Dio didn't say Muda. He said the English translation,
Which was what?
which is useless. And then in Stardust Crusader, same voice actor now said Muda. So it was like, see, was that hard? No. Sometimes the translation is kind of dumb and like takes you out of your
the immersion, right?
Immersion.
Yeah.
Which again, I'm so sorry. I love JoJo's, but your English translation to some of the stands really take me out.
No, yeah, the names, right? Because
This is Vanilla Ice. Because you can hear it in Japanese.
right.
Let's hear it from the English side. This is Cool Ice.
Cool Ice. I mean, yeah, you know, band names, you don't want to really fuck with that.
I know.
Yeah, but still.
That's why when like again, like yeah, I can understand like you don't want to step on any toes and stuff. But
Yeah.
well, when you and I what's more funny is that if you can read katakana, when they show like the stand and they will have the katakana's name and then some of the stuff, it's like translated, but it's like here's the katakana and then over here's the translated. It's like you can read it. It's like Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Cool Ice.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
My most funniest one was I think it was Black Sabbath, and I forgot what the English translation, but it was like that is such a very like other side of the fence going like they don't match.
What is it, like White Sabbath or something? No, I mean the point. I think the point being is that sometimes you don't want to really literally translate.
Shadow. It was called Shadow Sabbath.
Oh, Oh, okay. Not as bad as I thought, but okay. But
I mean, if you want to hear a bad one, Aerosmith,
yeah, and then what?
Little Bomber. How do you get Little Bomber from Aerosmith?
They could have at least, like, I don't know, being a little cheeky about it. Like instead of Aerosmith, they could have been like Arrow, like Myth or something. You know what I mean? Like I don't something like that. I don't know.
I mean, because it's like at least some of the translations kind of like stayed within like the same not realm, but what's it called? Like when you're trying to think of a word using another word to mean the same thing.
No, like localization or whatever, or
no, like synonymous.
Oh, synonym.
You know, yeah, synonym. So you know, like echoes turns into reverb.
Yeah,
it kind of is in the same stuff.
Kinda, yeah. Kinda. But yes, I get it.
I mean, yeah.
So if you want to be technical, then not really that much the same, but the kind of like, you know what I mean, like yeah. But anyway, so I think
what we're trying to get with this our beautiful listeners, localization. Let them have fun with the with the battle cries.
Yes, with the battle cries. Yes. When it comes to like regular dialogue, I've noticed this a lot in Fire Emblem Engage, right? And this is one of my gripes about it, is that some of the localization is like it goes a little far, because they are just like you know they didn't say this, but then there's like this really like kind of off sentence like that kind of almost like doesn't really have to do with what they say, and more of just like, I don't know, they wanted to put their own humor into it. So to me, it's a little much, right, when it comes to localization on those side of things. But when it comes to like battle cries, like, dude, just let them do what they want, you know. if they feel like it's natural for them to be like or whatever, like let them do it. You know, let them do it. I think that's fine. But when it comes to like dialogue that actually like changes the meaning and context of what they're trying to say, then it's like, okay, you gotta like be a little more true than that. Like, come on.
Because I think like for some localization, I can't speak today. I think there's like not like a word count, but like a sentence count, like to just match up with the mouth syncing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's why it's like some of the
yeah.
It's like long-winded. It's like
No,
why?
well,
Why?
it's weird because it's so obvious. Like it's because for example, like I have the voices in Japanese, right? So they just say like thank you, right? But then they get this like long fucking sentence without even saying thank you. It's like, what? Huh? So I understand when it comes to anime, right? Because they have to match with the mouth flaps, but like it's not even about the mouth flaps. It's just like the text of dialogue, you know. So it's like, huh? What am I reading here?
So what I think what Hawk is saying, kids, is that he misses the old really bad dub where it's like this. Thank you. It's like your mouth didn't even match up to.
That is not what I said. But all right.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
That is not...
Actually, I want them to bring that back now on localization. Just flap. Hi. It's like, wait. He's like, wait. Why is it unsync? It's like you're unsynced.
They definitely did that in Kung Pao or something. Like there's some like random dude was like kind of going off and then just like what or something like or something. It's like a one word like reply. You know, his mouth was like going like this million miles an hour.
My favorite one from Kung Pao. He's like yelling. He's like yelling at what's her name? The chick Weewoo.
Or
whatever.
Yeah.
He's like quoting her, and he's like, "I implore you to reconsider." But it was like such a calm way, but his expression was like,
he was like
yelling at her.
Yes.
He was like, "I want this." He's like, "This, this is childhood, everyone. We grew up like this. We didn't know what dubs were.
Yeah,
we just thought that's how they talked."
I mean, if you want to go that far too, like, 4Kids was it's not even about the mouth flaps. It was they butchered the fuck out of the dialogue. Just I don't know, man. They butchered the fuck out of the dialogue.
They also butchered a lot of things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thank you, 4Kids.
Yeah, and then they didn't even have the license.
Why is the most famous one is like, why is there smoke coming out of that lollipop?
I think there was like one cut where there was smoke coming out of like Sanji's cigarette, but like smokers thing, like he's like this, but he can't see the.
Yeah, he's just his mouth open. He's just smoke.
He's just this the entire time. It's like so weird, man. Like it's a cigar. Like just leave it in there, man. It's a guy named Smoker. Or Chaser. Remember his name is changed to Chaser. Because he chases people. So stupid. It's so stupid. But anyway. A little bit of a tangent there. But thank you, Alex Lay, for just like standing your ground and make those sort of battle cries kind of a little more normalized, right? And maybe perhaps in the future, people voice acting who want to do that stuff can be allowed to do that stuff, maybe. But either way, it was an interesting fact. So
that's why again with voice acting, just try, try and sneak in those those little
Nuances.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. One more thing about an actual fighting game, which is Guilty Gear. This is a bit more also a factoid. I think this is coming from the same thread or something. Yes. So there you go. But another little bit piece of trivia. So according to Romantic Cancel, that's a pretty funny name for it, because this is relating to Exerd. Let me just pause this video for a second because we're about to listen to it. It says the voice actress of Elfelt, Aya Suzaki, excuse me, mentioned that after recording lines, she had to go lie down because of how fast and enthusiastically Elfelt talks. She also mentioned that she would go to arcades and silently cheer on Elfelt players on Exerd cabinets. So, pretty cool that on the other side of voice acting, right, in Japan especially, you know, they actually like are quite immersed with their character to the point where they even like go to places where, you know, their characters like kind of celebrated and, you know, they support it, or, you know, one way or the other. So that's actually pretty cool. So let's listen to this clip right here.
ラブの分も用意したの。私が勝ったんだから一緒に旦那様を探しに行く約束よ。そして果ては2人で一緒に式を挙げるの。相手も双子の兄弟だったりして世間は奇跡のカップルとか言って奥様は侵略者セカンドシーズンからダブルヒロインの
So I'm pretty sure that's just one example of the many dialogues that she has to say. Not just this one, of course, but a lot of the dialogue, which is why, again, you know, she had to lie down, quote unquote. So look at all the text that the localizers had to deal with, right?
Yep. I mean, it's the same thing with Bedman too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Bedman, yeah.
He had a lot of winded, like freaking, like, wow, that was good, but you know, you should do this, and it's like, go back to sleep.
Yeah, I feel like,
yeah,
see, like, now that you mention it, yeah, I think Bedman's voice actor had it worse. Because he
same thing. I think also Leo too, right? Leo also has like
to an extent, yes.
Fucking...
I think Leo had some long ass dialogue. I think Guilty Gear people in general have some long ass dialogue, and the voice actors have to power through, man. So
it's either power through or they're just like in the booth looking, looking at like the director's going and trying to like suddenly like, can I please shorten this?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, can I shorten this? It's gonna save you money if I shorten this, right? No, okay.
Yeah. So, you know, this meme has kind of been like kind of interesting. It's actually like I can actually take away something from it, you know. So it's a meme that's up my alley. I like it. I hope to see more interesting stuff. All right. To kind of wrap this fighting game stuff up, there is an update on the Arturo versus Maturino stuff. Try to cover this briefly here, but basically, he was accused of like, you know, financial related like fraud or something like that, some sort of discrepancy, and basically there was stuff against him, but now there's stuff for him, right? That supports his claims, and there are people coming out that, you know, hey, I mean, Arturo didn't really do that or stuff like that, pretty much like kind of countering the argument, so to say, and essentially, you know, people will look at him in a better light now, but unfortunately it did quite a bit of damage. So, you know, who knows what could happen in the future. But Arturo, aka Saban, aka NYC Furby, says, FGC, I'm sorry, Maturino was not a good thing for the FGC. This is a company I gave 5 years of my life to, and at least 25% of that time was unpaid, and they destroyed my life in the process. I suggest you find an alternative. I helped raise $475K, and this is what they do. You know? That's I'd be surprised if he like it doesn't go like get a case on this or something. But sorry, what are you gonna say?
Ooh boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the stuff was starting to come out on Matcherino, like especially with the whole like NFT thing. So it's like, okay, now I'm starting to see like, see them in the bad light, unfortunately. So, because Matcherino again, they've been a service where a lot of TOs like to use to easily pay out their players and such like that. Now, of course, Arturo did admit that he was late on the payments, but he still got them out, right? But yes, he was late on them no less, and I think again, I think Matcherino used that fact to kind of give them leverage to essentially be like, hey, this guy is terrible with money, we gotta let him go, and essentially saying also like pretty much he should not be a part of like these tournaments or whatever, I think, to that extent. And in fact, like a number of tournaments and organizations have kind of left him, or not left him, banned him. Now, surprisingly, Beast Coast, a esports team company, actually, were on his side the entire time. They never left him, or they never let him go. Because normally in a situation like this, the esports team would immediately like let him go, like Panda, Liquid, right? Those type of teams, they would just let him go just like that. But with Beast Coast, they held on, man, and they believed, seems like, with Arturo, and looks like it paid off. It's paying off so far, but we'll see. Maybe somebody else will have counter evidence or whatever against Arturo. We'll have to wait and see, but it looks like it's wrapping up for the most part. Him saying like that he doesn't want like people to go after the people who are running Matcherino. Let them live their lives. The facts are out there, and I will move on. I wish them the best. That type of stuff. Even though like somebody at Matcherino at least kind of fucked him over, man, in a way. So, I don't know. In my opinion, I think he should at least do something. But I'm pretty sure he's already done that or is doing that in a private matter. So, I'm sure he's doing something with that. Cause that shit like that, man, I would feel pretty different about it. I'm gonna put it that way, man. If someone like ruined me like that, I'd be pretty angry about that.
You'll be seeing a couple of strong words, kids.
Oh, definitely. I mean, what about you? Or of course, what do you make of this situation now? And anything else, really?
I'm just waiting. Excuse me. Just waiting for more development,
If
like
there
this,
is,
this looks like more stuff is rising to the surface now.
yeah, I think it's the end for his saga, but the beginning for Matcherino, maybe. Like, there's gonna be stuff coming out for Matcherino for sure. But if there is stuff, we'll talk about it, But for right now, it looks like it's an end for somebody, thankfully.
Yep.
And it definitely could have gone worse. Way worse than what has already happened already. So hopefully, he can get back into things. He can play fighting games again for tournaments and stuff like that. Best of luck to him. When things were pretty bad on his side at first, but yeah. All right, so let's put a wrap on the fighting game section. And let's talk about this one in the frontline news. So another unfortunate thing has happened, or is happening potentially, and it is involving with E3. So there is word on the street that E3 is going to be absent with PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. So this was from IGN, so this seems to be pretty legit for right now. but it says, IGN has heard from multiple knowledgeable sources that Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo will be part of E3 or have presence on the Los Angeles Convention Center show floor. So then they're not going to even be there under their own sort of like name. They're just not going to be there in general. Looks like they're going to be doing their own thing in their own studio. Like it's looking pretty bad on E3 though, because that's the big three. That's like that's like three big reasons why people watch these E3 presentations. It's Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. What do you make of this, man? What are your comments?
It was kind of like being foreseen that once, Nintendo and PlayStation and Xbox were slowly doing their own directs. Well, Nintendo was doing it more. E3 would be just fizzled out. Because also, wasn't like E3 also like the venue for it was also getting more and more expensive?
Yes, yeah, that's definitely one of the factors for sure. They're just charging more for no good reason. They want that money, other than that, I mean, no real other reason. So, you gotta. Sorry, did you want to say anything else, or is that it? Yeah, I mean, you pretty much like kind of spelled out the basics, man. Like it, as soon as Nintendo started their own thing, the other companies were like, we can just do our own thing too. Like, especially with Sony. Sony wasn't there for like a good amount of time with E3, and it was just like Microsoft and all the other companies, right? So, but now that even Microsoft isn't going to be there, it's like, what do they have other than like the indies and like the third parties and stuff like that, right? So, seems like, it definitely spells out that E3 isn't going to be the same, but are they even going to be around by the time June pops up, and of course next year, like, it's always like been you losing traction just because of like the times are changing and like other companies are just like, yeah, we're just gonna do it ourselves. Like, I don't know why we even need E3 at this point. We, people have the internet and people are just gonna look us up, and when we make our rounds and stuff like that, they're gonna see it on YouTube, So that's their show floor. That is their show floor, and they don't need E3 for that anymore. It's like that's like all in the past. The only people who need it is like indie companies, third party companies, some of them. I'm pretty sure like maybe Bandai Namco is gonna be there, maybe. Otherwise they could just do it on the State of Play with PlayStation, or anywhere else. It depends on the game, really. Capcom. I mean, they could just do it themselves. They could just they definitely can do it themselves because they have a pretty big following too, So I think this is the end of E3 for sure. This is spelling the end of E3, and I think this is the one of the final nails of the coffin for E3. It's just losing its relative relevancy, and there's just really no reason especially for companies to spend their money anymore on this type of stuff. Yes, E3 was like the Super Bowl of like video game presentations and all that stuff, but I think that time is passing. Definitely, it's been passing by, especially ever since Nintendo did their direct. It kind of just shows like, yeah, we could do we could do those ourselves too and save a lot of money. We don't got to do all the traveling. We don't got to travel there and talk to people and all that stuff. We just do it in our own studio. So, yeah, sucks for people who look forward to E3 stuff, but it's like all things, they come to an end, eventually. And E3 is just another one. As much as people wanted to go to E3, I mean, you're not really missing out. I'm gonna be honest, as someone who did go there twice. During the days of like YouTubers having it pretty relatively easy when it comes to like opportunities, I say, and also because there weren't as many of them back then. But anyway, as someone who's been there twice, it's really no different from any other any other convention. So if you have a convention near your location, just go there, you know. And I know, and I understand there are people who want to actually network with them. You know, okay, then that's okay. That makes sense, I guess. But if you're there for the convention, like the video game stuff, man, it's not worth it. You know, if you're there for like interviewing people, networking, then yeah, it's more of a business thing. It's very much of a business oriented convention than it is a video game convention. You know, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other comments for E3 in general, or not so much?
I'm interested in what they're going to show now.
Right?
With the big three leaving, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what's your move?
Pretty sure E3 is going to be like, no, this isn't true. And then by the time that time comes up, it's like, yeah, we don't have any. Yeah. Yep. So it looks like it's it, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if IGN's stuff is true. Okay. Meanwhile, there is an update on the whole Wizards of the Coast and all that stuff with the license. So Zawa, could you take us through like what's going on with the update here? Basically, if there is like any other details that isn't clear already, I guess.
So I'm just going to give you like the big rundown.
Yes. Okay.
The original OGL, as you can see here, is not going to be modified.
Mm-hmm.
So what what Wizard of the West Coast / Hasbro is pretty much doing, like, they did this and they're like,
The backpedal.
yeah, maybe we shouldn't have done that shit.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
the big
Fuck.
the backstepping, yeah, backpedaling.
Backpedaling, that was more like they, like you're playing a Sims game. You just picked up the character and you just flew him onto the other side. It's like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then if we want to remember they said in one of their posts, they won, so did we. It's like, honey, this isn't winning for you guys. You pretty much
You
Admitted.
admitted, yeah, exactly.
that you did wrong.
Yep.
But also with them establishing this, they already broken the trust of their consumers. So
Yeah.
this is half a step one to gain back the trust.
Yeah. We're gonna also get into another thing that that another company may backpedal on later on, but it involves with the streaming service. But
It's like,
yeah, but glad to see though that the D&D community are relatively intact for sure at this point with their content creation and stuff like that. Now stuff like Critical Role can just continue on as if nothing happened. So good on them.
without having a gun to their heads.
Yeah, good on them, and not good on Wizards of the Coast. Like, of course this wasn't gonna work. Like, are you kidding me? This is something what Nintendo was trying to pull off in the past in a way. Look how it worked out. Like it didn't work out, So it's history repeating itself for those who failed to learn those mistakes in the past. But yeah, I mean, I'm afraid that this isn't the end. Of course, I think they're gonna try things again to see if audiences are gonna, react to it or not, and then just use it as a PR move. Like, hey, we listen to you guys. Hey, look at us. We're for the community. We win, right? Well, not just you. We also win because we're making you happy. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing Mickey Mouse, but yeah. Sorry, were you
I was on the phone with my boss, going like, "Where's this?" Is like, that thing's been missing for a week. Don't ask me where that thing was.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I was doing my Mickey Mouse impression. I don't know why, but
I know you slowly like talking normal, then all of a sudden like on, because I had the phone like this.
yeah, and you had your ear.
I was like,
yeah, but anyways, yes. I mean,
like like again, but again, like it's like that old expression: some things should not be touched.
yes, yes, yeah. That's definitely a say to go by. If it ain't broke, man, don't fix it. Yeah,
That's why I wish a certain like industry would kind of like let up their unholy grip, which is again the music industry.
Yeah.
And that stupid little it's not real. Is it, what is do you count it as a law or a
Policy.
whatever?
Yeah.
The DMCA, that thing is the most stupidest thing I have ever.
Oh yeah, it's so
Witness.
outdated, man. They really need to update that policy, man, or the law. Yeah, because it's an act, so I think it's the DMCA. That's the digital Millennium something Act or something like that. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So it's just like,
yeah.
it's so dumb. It's like, okay, the DMCA, you gotta do this with the music. Okay, so Twitch streamers, they back off on it. Okay,
Yeah.
we look over at TikTok and it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Dude, yeah, there's so much like music being used just like willy-nilly, like like what the hell?
I mean, even if it is like remixed or whatnot for those like music and stuff, it's like, okay.
It's so gray at times too. So it's like there are times where they are following it, and yet they get the axe. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they get the act. Which again, to this day, though, that whole DMCA shit that really got me like spitting out my drink and laughing my ass off was that Metallica Twitch stream. Holy crap! I laughed my ass off.
Metallica got fucking, was it like blocked or whatever, banned for
got banned, fine.
Yeah.
By themselves because they were playing Metallica. I was like, whoa, that's the most meta shit ever.
I know.
Like,
yeah, dude. Like you get fucking axed for playing your own music. Well, what the hell? Like, oh man. I think that's more on Twitch more than on the DMCA itself, but still, it kind of like falls into that sort of like, yeah,
it still falls under DMCA act, but still, you're just going like,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. By the way, it stands.
Oh
wait, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's just that meme. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah. I was about to say, it stands for Digital Millennium Copyright Act. So yeah. I was on the right track. But yeah, they definitely need to update this shit. Because this is from 1998. Yeah, so it's been years, man. It's been more than 20 years, right? So like at least 20 years. So yeah, if I'm doing quick math, but yeah. And then it implements two 1996 treaties of World Intellectual Property Organization. It's like, you gotta fucking.
That's why, and it's more funny that there are some music artists that just goes like, you know what, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like they out.
Like if as long as you're
But
doing
then-
something else with it, right? It's not just putting up a full song and just like a picture and that's it, right? That's like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's enough editing, right? You gotta, like you gotta do something
Like
with
for
it.
streamers, like art streamers,
Mhm.
like you yourself, you had like music playing in the background
Oh
because
yeah, dude.
I'm sorry, I mean, you could make it as an ASMR of your stylist, scratching scratching the pad.
I don't know about that, but but yeah. But yes,
yeah,
I did play music back in the day. That was like, you know what I mean? That would be like, today would be like an axe, for me. But
Yep, because the most songs that this man was playing was like One Piece.
One Piece, like anime music.
I think that when you had the chat roulette one, they put in the music.
Oh, that was someone else. I think you're thinking of like I think Endergamma or something. Yeah. Back when
Well, back in the day.
Back in the day.
There were some. So like Ender / Kate, they will
Mhm.
have their playlist. There you go.
yes.
I would kind of like flood in K-pop, and they were like, "Zawa, is this another K-pop?
Yeah.
Skip." And I'm like,
Oh yeah, I was having I remember I had a field day with the music, man. I had a field day with the music, with that chat stuff, man. I think no, Keeters was also doing that too with the song request stuff. Yeah.
I think someone in Keter's Keter's playlist, put in like, it wasn't music, but because it was like you just put in a YouTube link and
Yeah, it's a
it'll
YouTube
automatically
video.
play it.
Yeah.
It was like 15 minutes of like the Iron Sheik or something, just like spouting nonsense, and I was like, "What is this music? I humble you."
That's music for the old wrestling fans, right?
Yeah.
But yes. Anyways, so those policies suck and they need to be updated. And for this one does not need to be touched.
Yeah.
It's not no.
Like they're trying, like, what this is pretty much Wizard trying to save face.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to get back the fans,
Quote unquote.
but because the damage is there,
Yeah.
they rework it. But then someone else on Twitter like picked up, like, saying that if you notice throughout all the D&D editions, it's like every other edition that came out, there was some big ass controversy that almost killed the franchise.
Oh really?
Lo and behold,
This one? Okay.
yeah, so it's kind of following that pattern. It's like good content. The next content comes out. Why is sales dropping?
Mm-hmm.
Good content, sales go up. Upgraded content, sales drop. So it's kind of like doing that.
Interesting. Okay.
Like a stepping stone.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, so when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, everyone hated. Because when I played, it was peak 4th edition that
Mm.
everyone hated, so they reverted back to just playing 3.5 edition.
Right.
And then when 4.5 E edition came out, then everyone, moved forward.
Yeah.
And now with the current one, 5th edition, it's like there are some people that likes it, some people don't like it. So it's like a we jump ship or we stay in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess luckily the next sort of edition will be quote unquote if the pattern follows will be good content quote unquote, and then the next one will be like another like
It's gonna be the one.
yeah like just another face plant, dude. Like dude, come on. Jesus, can you not?
It's like that quota they have to hit. Okay, we gotta make shit. Got it. Okay, make it good shit.
Do they just like lower the standard on purpose so they can just go back up to make it feel like it's a rise, that much of a rise? You know what I mean? Like it's because like
Yeah,
like they don't want to like raise the ceiling a little bit and then only like rise a little bit and then go higher and higher and higher. It's just want to just go purposely bad so that way when they go up it feels like more of an up, right? So that's really stupid though in my opinion. But just be consistent, man. Like what's wrong with consistency, bro?
I mean, someone also like on Twitter kind of called it, but with each time that Wizard move forward, there's always fluff in their books.
Uh-huh.
Like they have to like fill up the page with just fluff that doesn't even pertain to what this page is about.
Right.
Like if one page is like talking about a magical artifacts, like how they would work now in this new edition, it'll be this one small section that's just talking about like dragon scales, and you're like, what?
Oh, did you know that this and this and that is this and this and that?
Pretty much. And you're just there, it's like, why wasn't this on this page? Why is it here?
Maybe they have like ADHD. I don't know. I mean, somebody writing the thing has ADHD. I mean, and then the person editing it also has ADHD or something. I don't know. Or maybe it could be the same person. I don't know. But anyways, I guess it's good that they are leaving it alone, but they should not have happened in the first place. Definitely for sure. So, if you don't have anything else to add or whatever it is, I think we can definitely head on over to the next bit of news. So this is kind of an interesting one. This is kind of like falling in between like the artist thing and like video game stuff. So I kind of wanted to throw this in here as someone who sort of advocates this sort of practice. So this is with the Sonic channel. They put the Japanese side of things, put out a statement, and then somebody like translated. So I got this one from Tails channel. This is a translation, so if it's a little rough, just know why. So there's no like English statement from Sega. So this is all translated by people. So this is in context of like so what Sonic Channel likes to do is to put out artwork, right? To celebrate Sonic every month. And people will share it, right? They've been sharing it throughout its course, but they haven't put the link of where they got it from. They never credit, right? So I think that's what they're trying to address here. So it says this is from the statement translated. For our downloadable content, please refrain from reposting it on social media as it is. When reposting our content, please link back the URL of the Sonic Channel website. Further, please refrain from reposting or reprinting the content with commercial or profit-making purposes. And the next one says, we are distributing this content for free of charge in order to connect with everyone and to enjoy Sonic together. If someone reposts the videos and illustrations we are making on their own social media, and it continues to do so, we are losing our opportunity to connect with everyone, and we will not be able to know the fans' reactions. Next statement. If it keeps happening, we have no choice but to determine that free distribution of our content is ineffective and should be discontinued. Next one, it says, in order to connect to everyone and to have fun together with Sonic, please talk about Sonic Channel Sonic channel when introducing the content we are making. We understand that it is because of everyone's love for Sonic that we have such a wide reach. However, from now on, we will be happy if we, Sonic channel, are mentioned whenever our work is shown within your social circles. We kindly ask you to consider our request. So again, this is a translation. You know, it's not one for one, but this is a basic sort of like statement that they wanted to, to put out there. And I think that, they are within their right. I think this is pretty reasonable. They're not asking to be, you're not asking to charge anyone with like money or anything like that. They just want their name to be mentioned, and I think that's fine. I think they're definitely being within their right. They're being logical about it. To hey, just credit us whenever you put our work out there, right? So it's been going on in the past. It's been going on without it. So that's why I felt, I guess they felt the need to do so, and that's within their right. I think they're, again, they're being very reasonable about it. They're being very polite, very kind and kind-hearted and all that stuff about it. So, as someone who tries to advocate that sort of stuff, again, I think they're within their right. So, I mean, did you have any comment about this little bit here?
No, they're just doing what every company is doing, but to me, this is more lenient in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike another certain company that goes like, "Hey, you only get this much. Okay, done. You're done. Fuck you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Bye."
Let me just show what they offer from Sonic channel. So this is like this is the main stuff, right? So this is all the artwork they've been putting out. This is the newest one with Amy Rose, right? They offer wallpaper. They offer this stuff, right, for your phone. They even put out this stuff. This is new to me. This is pretty cool. This is like bonus artwork, right? Just no reason, just bonus artwork, man. It's awesome. Same here too, with Shadow and Infinite right there. Newest one was with Amy and Blaze. That's awesome. I like it, right? Other extras too. This was like the first one of the year, I believe. Yeah, so this is from January, and this is some of the stuff from the past, right? So, you got more of like a digital sketch sort of thing going on. This is with Metal Sonic, so looks pretty cute, right? This is for December. It's like, so it's got that Christmas theme going on. Let me show stuff from like the past though, and I think this is where I got their footing. Oh, it's like way back. So hold on, they've been doing this for years. So yeah, they have been doing this for years. Let me see if I can like go all the way back to the that one style. Okay, so this is where. Let me see. Let's just show Sonic just for the sake of things, right? This is the kind of style where they got their footing, right? This whole like this like sort of sketch sort of style. People love the lines and everything. I was like kind of imitating that style too, of course, with my sort of characters and stuff like that in the past when I was like younger, and that's where they got pretty much famous, man. They are within the art community, right? For Sonic, they wanted to like imitate this stuff, do their own impression, like do their own like sort of fan art and stuff like that. I know I was in on that when I was younger, back in college, whenever I had the free time to do so. Let me try to go back even further. Man, this brings me back. But let me try to see if I can find a full like.
Cox gray hairs are popping out.
Yo, man, this is some old shit right here. I wonder where is it? Okay, I guess. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Man, they got a lot of stuff, man. They got a lot of stuff. I had to go way back. But okay, now we're getting to the point where I wanted to show. Let's show Tails, right? This is kind of like the beginning almost of where it started, you know, with this whole like, it's so simple and yet so cool. You know, it's just line art and some like little simple effects and stuff like that, digital editing on Photoshop and stuff like that, for example. But it was so cool. It's just like a pencil like sketch. But it's like, you know, digital art for the most part. And people loved it. Sonic fans ate this shit up, man. I want to see if there's like a very first like thing. Might have been this one. Could be possible, but yeah, more of that sketchy stuff in a good way. Not like sketchy like but yeah, they got a lot of stuff though. You can definitely can say that, right? So one can definitely say that. But yeah, this is definitely like the early stuff. I think this is the earliest stuff. You can kind of like see like the canvas like background effect right here being implemented. Yeah. So any comments on this sort of like style or whatever, the artworks and stuff like that?
I want this type of art style to come back. Like slowly, not like all at once. Just slowly reintroduce this. Or have it like in the end credits of, you know, the current Sonic.
Yeah.
You know, show your origin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Show where you came from.
Yeah. Like look at this stuff. Like they do this for like pretty much all the major characters, right? Like even Chip right here. Who remembers that character, right? From Sonic Unleashed, you know? But hey, I mean, he's in there. And then there's Caliburn from Sonic and the Black Knight. We got Silver right here, of course, right? You even got that like the little circle to like help like, you know, like it's like a rough composition thing, and then you draw, you know. So you can kind of see behind it. It's like a behind the scenes thing, but it's like really cool, you know. And then there's Marine from Sonic Rush, I believe. Amy, of course. Knuckles. You get the point, right? So it got some really cool stuff. You kind of see why people went ham on the whole sharing thing, even though they didn't really credit them properly. I guess they just assume people just know it's from Sonic Channel, because look at the bottom, look at the link, or not the link, but there's a logo right on the Sonic Channel thing. You know it's from Sonic Channel, like so. But you know, we do live in the sort of internet heavy era where, yeah, I think it is, I guess, good to leave an actual link now so that they can actually click on it and such like that. Social media engagement isn't that much more important than ever for each company, so I can kind of see where they're coming from. So that's why they even made that statement in the first place. And, you know, they say that, oh, if we don't get enough credit, like, we can't, like, you know, continue this. So some may say, oh, they're taking it a little too far with that. I mean, you gotta see where they're coming from. So they're doing this for free. They don't charge this, man. So I'm sure some people try to attempt to like sell this stuff for their own profit. So I would not be surprised, because this shit looks cool, you know. So yeah. I think it is a healthy practice to just properly credit your art, the artist you got it from, unlike fucking AI art nowadays and like all the other shit that's been coming out over the course of this recent era, or this recent times. It's rough out there, man. It's a wild west, and there are gonna be some scam artists and scam things that are gonna one way or the other hurt you know, your sort of ability to kind of stay afloat and stuff like that when it comes to social media stuff. You know, and especially as an artist, man, it's rough, man. People take your shit and then post it on their own thing, and then even if you ask them nicely to, you know, credit them, like shut the fuck up or whatever, man, like go fuck off or something, man. I've seen it happen, man. It's so infuriating, man, as an artist myself, right? Or for a hobby, right? So that shit gets to me. That really gets to me when people don't get the proper credit. So that's why I'm more on their side. Like, I can definitely see where they're coming from. Just leave a link, man. It's not that hard. It ain't gonna cost you anything. So that's why I wanted to get this out there. You know, I think this is important. You know, to practice this sort of stuff on the internet. You know, just credit them. Just give them a link. You know, that sort of stuff. Leave a link, whatever, right? So yeah. Any comments on like anything related to this? Yeah.
Yogu.
Yep. All right. Let's get that out there, man. Let's practice that proper credit. I mean, there are some people out there that just don't know that. So, you know, that's why you got to be nice about it. And then if they tell you to go fuck off, then you can like open the cap and be like, yeah, well, fuck you because this is this and that. Like, you know what I mean? So, but be nice about it. Be reasonable about it. Like, hey, just credit me or whatever, credit them, you know, because this is this and that, you know. We can go. I think we can definitely be proper about it, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so enough of that. Let's talk some other game stuff, other games news. So real quick here, I wanted to mention about Like a Dragon Ishin with the guest starring, and this time it's Vampy. Vampy is making an appearance. So let's check it out here. So I believe Vampy is a content creator of sorts, right? So with the cosplaying,
He's a content creator. Yeah.
Mainly cosplaying.
And she loves to build.
Gundam.
She loves to build Gunplas.
Gunpla, yep. She loves Gundam.
Especially Char.
I hand it to my friends who got me into the Yakuza series. I just think it's ingenious how they integrated a very serious tone, like a Yakuza game, to something comedic as well. And I think that caught me by surprise, and it made me addicted to playing all the Yakuza games after that, because I'm like, I wonder what's gonna happen next.
Yep.
I like that she says Yakuza and then she goes on saying Yakuza games.
Obviously.
It's kind of funny.
People always say, you know, are you a vampire or something? Because you always wear black. And you seem very mysterious, but when I open my mouth, there's a high contrast. As a creative, I love expressing myself through cosplay, making cool costumes, and I really love how the RGG series pushes people to be themselves because there's so many different characters that you can embody any of them. I felt insane because I was like, this is crazy. I've never been approached to be in a game that I love. I love the character design. This is something I would have designed it myself anyway. I do want to cosplay this.
I do want to cosplay myself.
That's the most amazing.
That's kind of funny.
In this move, they become disarmed by all the charm that I exude, and they can't move and they can't do anything about it. And I feel like a lot of times when I express myself with my friends, family, or just my fans, they're surprised like that. Like a Dragon Ishin came out in 2014 in Japan, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a huge history nut. And this was taking place during the late 1800s, which is Edo period. And I said, man, I would love to play the game, but I can't. So now that it's finally come out to the States, I'm so ready.
Yeah, which a lot of people kind of forget. The Like a Dragon / Yakuza games, for us here in the States, we are far behind.
Yes.
On these days, we are far behind.
Yes. Yeah, man. It's great. It's so crazy of how popular this game got, though, man. Because like channels like Best Friends Play, you know, they play. That's how I got introduced to Yakuza, the whole Yakuza series, with them playing Yakuza 0. Like, it's so it's yeah.
I mean, I knew of the Yakuza series,
Right.
but it wasn't from any channel.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go back to the PS2 days.
Yeah. I was about to say.
And and this was when Blockbuster, yep,
Yeah.
was slowly dying, and I would see the game right there for rent. And because I forget which one I saw, it was just the cover was just me as a little child, too scary,
Mm-hmm.
me no touch. Where's the N64 slot?
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon Stadium 2. Let's rent this for the 25th time.
I haven't beat this one. I gotta rent this again.
I beat it before, but I want to do it
Yeah,
again.
you want to do it again? Or you want to do it again? Yeah.
Or I beat this before, but I just want to play it for the mini games.
It's so yeah. Well, it's also like because they when they somehow made it to the States, like with their early games, it was often compared to like GTA because it was involving with gangsters too. So that's why it kind of came in at like a not like wrong time, kind of wrong place or wrong time or whatever, but like I don't know, it's just something just something things just didn't line up quite a bit. And GTA was very popular at the time. I think it was with like either Vice City or GTA 3. But around those times, right? So it got often compared with that just because it involved with gangsters, right, of sorts. Japanese mafia, right? So that's why they made that comparison. Like, is this wait a minute? Is this a Japanese GTA? So that's why they kind of like stayed away from it because it didn't play GTA. It played like Yakuza. Yeah. So it played its own game. So it definitely got lost for a long time until channels like Best Friends Play and all that stuff like we're starting to playing Zero. Which again somehow made it to the States, but like Zero made through, and they had I forgot to mention the older games, right? They had Mark Hamill like voicing Majima. So yeah, that's such a weird thing, but it happened. So if you're wondering what English Yakuza is like, go check out the old game. Funny enough, not so much the
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Go check out those.
Go check the old game, but then I forget which Yakuza game, they just full on just said, we're not doing any more English dubbing. We're just gonna go straight from the source.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's funny enough. Yeah, it's like one of those games where they're not gonna ever do English dubbing because Kiryu and Majima, right? They're so iconic with their voice acting in Japanese. Like that's what people want. That's what players want to hear. That sort of voice and such like that. It's like that weird that's where the Yakuza was at. It's so weird, but it's just one of those things. Like you just don't want to touch it in English because they respect it so much here that. Yeah, that's how it goes. But when it comes to like a Yakuza Like a Dragon, that's the RPG one with Ichiban. That's that has English voice acting, I believe. So just because Kiryu is not the main character anymore, so that's like kind of out of the window at that point. But Judgment or Judge Eyes for some people, Judgment is also another like RGG series, but that also has English voice acting too, and it also takes place in the same exact fucking city too, which is Kamurocho. So but point here is that it's so like weird as a whole that this game just got this popular, because of its serious tones, but then that you get that comedic sort of contrast after, with the side quests and just everything else, man. And that's just one of the things that made it so popular, and it's so cool too. And then the protagonist is just super badass, especially with Kiryu, and we're getting that here again. So it just shows how much love Kiryu is still getting, including also Majima as well. So and just everything else, just Yakuza. People love this Yakuza series, which is why it's like the flagship game right now for Sega. So yeah, it's just amazing of how much of love it's getting in comparison to Sonic, right? Sonic was like the flagship sort of franchise for a long time, and then it kind of met its like sort of wall, and then boom, you have Yakuza along with Persona too. Let's not forget Persona is a Sega franchise. It's published through Sega. That's also why it kind of the whole like Japanese game wall got shattered again. So yeah, because of games like Yakuza 0 and Persona 5, right? Really like opened the door again. The first one was with Final Fantasy 7, but way back in the day. So, but they're still like kind of weird about it too, because like there was so little like Japanese games coming over here, especially JRPGs. But now just JRPGs come out here like nothing. Like it's so normal at this point. Just because like anime and all that shit like is so popular, and people just find that normal at this point. It's just part of our culture, gaming culture at this point, to have Japanese games here. But back in the day, you had to go to your that hole in the wall sort of like Japanese game store to like just even find import games.
Yep, the little mom and pop shops.
Exactly, your local game stores, man. They had the stash when it comes to that stuff, and you even have to look harder, because like I'm lucky to be born in a city where there's a lot of Japanese Americans or just Japanese community kind of gathered here. So that's how I got my stuff too, back in the day in the 90s. But we live in a time where that's just everywhere pretty much. So that's a good thing, of course. That is definitely one of the good things that have come out from these sort of recent times, including Yakuza. And yeah, like you said, man, there are so many other Yakuza games that have been like untouched, and this is definitely one of them being remade. So that's really cool.
Yep, being remade with the current graphics, right?
Yes, the current Dragon engine. So, yeah.
Yep.
Or at least with either the Dragon engine or the Unreal engine. So, but either way, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's getting all the love, and I love it myself. So, I am still a fan. I have yet to finish Yakuza Like a Dragon. I'm just like, don't have the time for it because there's so much shit going on right now. But hopefully in March, I'm definitely gonna make Ishin my sort of March game or my game of the month for March to play and take my time with it and stuff. Did you have any other comment about like just Yakuza or Vampy or anything like that? No?
We good.
We good? Okay.
We good.
Yep. Another potentially good news on the rise here is Advance Wars Reboot Camp. Remember that? So that game got delayed.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. That game got delayed because of the Ukraine Russian conflict. So that's literally what they said. Like they delayed it because of that. So it's been a long time, but there's been rumors floating around because I guess like the stock update involved with Advanced Wars Reboot Camp, with like the stock code or something, or the product code or something like that popping up somewhere. And same with the I think the Nintendo eShop. There's some sort of update to it too. So this could mean that is could be coming up around the corner potentially. So I definitely, yeah, someone said it. I definitely could also see it in a April release or maybe March at the earliest. So I just wanted to put that out there real quick though, because like that was a game that I was waiting for a long time, just Advance Wars again on somewhere on the console. So yeah, hopefully by the time like the art style and everything's all refined in there and all that stuff, and all the gameplay stuff is has been taken care of. So I don't think it was delayed because like development reasons, but maybe it was, and they just used the war as an excuse to delay it for that long of a time. I don't know. It's possible. I wouldn't put it past them really, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see about if there's any development in the future. All right, this one is more on the bad news sort of things for some people, and that is Respawn. They are finally dropping the service on the Apex Legends mobile game. So there was a statement from Respawn saying, and this is tweeted from Apex Legends News or Alpha Intel, saying, "We made a painful decision to sunset Apex Legends Mobile. This decision does not come with ease. Factors beyond our control have prevented us from maintaining the high quality experience and content that our players deserve. As a result, the game will sunset on May 1st, 2023 at 4 p.m. Pacific time, after which it will no longer be playable. Our gratitude to our players and teams for joining us on Apex Legends Mobile, even if for a short while, is unending from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you." So now, okay, so that was I was wondering about that too, because it says Apex Legends, quote unquote, mobile, or quote, Apex Legends Mobile has begun to fall short of that bar for quality, quantity, and cadence. It is for this reason, after months of working with our development partner, that we have made the mutual decision to sunset our mobile game. Right, and then it says no refunds will not be given for purchases. So there you go. There's one game that is not giving refunds either, man. Respawn also says that this decision for Apex Legends Mobile is platform specific, and it is independent of the game on PC and consoles. As a franchise, Apex Legends is strong, and we are looking forward to sharing exciting updates in the future. Yeah, so yeah, someone already mentioned it too. Like there's two new characters that were only in the mobile game. So maybe they'll probably just use those characters as a way to sort of like help them extend their sort of like pool of ideas for characters. So they'll be safe for right now in terms of like trying to come up with content for like future stuff for Apex Legends. So they'll just they already have Fade and Rhapsody like on the go, like anytime. Yeah, so pretty much I think that's gonna happen at some point. Looks like rumors are already popping up where Rhapsody is going to be the next character that's going to come in. We'll see. Do you have any comment on this one at all for mobile?
It was it was more on for the mobile side because, as someone pointed out and you did as well, there were two like mobile like specific characters that just popped out for them. Like to me, I think it was more of the questions like, why didn't they also release it like maybe a month after for consoles too?
I don't know. Yeah, good question.
And also with the mobile game, how much of whatever they did is going to be, translated to the console PC game,
Right?
The edition,
Right.
Because remember, kids, on the mobile game, Lifeline Shield was still there.
Yeah,
on the main game, that thing was wiped out from existence.
Yeah. So, I think the Lifeline will be left untouched for sure.
Yep.
Because we already have Newcastle. But I feel like the mobile side of things has been a problem for, even like they say like, oh, it's not affecting us, or it's not affecting PC and consoles, but I think it has had an effect in a way because of like the quality of like the PC and console stuff too, like when it comes to like content, how much they can put their resources and stuff like that, because they're pretty much like splitting their resources off, I feel, right? So now you don't have as much resource going into just the PC and console side of things. You have to also split it off to like the mobile stuff too. So it's all in a way it was like losing that touch, I guess you could say, for the PC and console side of things. I don't know. I mean, do you agree on that, or do you feel like not really, or do you think it would make a difference at all?
Kind of indifferent because I can't really say anything on this part because I never played the mobile game. I only just saw
Right, but the fact that
gameplay when like,
Mhm.
and then then just I don't know how long has the mobile game been operational? Do we know?
Good question. Let me just type that in there right now. Oops. Huh, I spelled Legends with a 3. Anyway.
Someone's a gamer.
Yeah, I know, right? Not even a year either. So May 17th of last year. Yeah. Okay, so maybe according to this, let me see, hold on. Well, this is from Engadget. It says, following a strong start, the content pipeline for Apex Legends Mobile has begun to fall short of that bar for quality and quantity and cadence. Yeah, okay, so I think that's probably the quote from their statement as well somewhere else too. But I don't know. I feel like just the fact that they even have the mobile version, I feel like they also have to put their resources into that too. Just from I don't know, my own sort of like common sense. I just feel like, yeah, they're gonna split off some of the resources to make the mobile game and maintain the mobile game and provide content there too, because they only put, they've only had the two mobile exclusive characters in there too. So they were putting resources in there somehow, right? I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts, and that had to come. I'm sure that was like from their usual sort of like resources for for otherwise Apex Legends, the PC and console side of things too. So I didn't play the mobile game either, but just from the fact that this existed, of course they have to put resources into that. So I feel like they naturally would split some of it to the mobile game, and that's why maybe this is just me theory crafting. Maybe we've seen a drop in quality because of that, in terms of like just content. That's why we've seen a number of like recolor skins for the legendary skins popping up rather than getting some of the newer skins, because if you notice, right, they had a recolor skin for the Peacekeeper, and they're charging you money for it now. It's like, what the hell? When I think this skin was like free during the battle pass, or not free, but like if you play the game and put,
Yeah, you had to work on it.
you had to work on it and put $10 into it. It's the early, like, what is it, the ice one, the ice skin, and it was recolored to like a Chinese like theme. Like it's like red and green. It's like a Christmas gun, So yeah. So the ice gun, that was like the original skin, but then they recolored it to that sort of skin, and they're charging you money for it. So it's like, obviously that had to come from somewhere, right? So maybe it is partially from the whole mobile game sort of thing. Maybe. I don't know. But there's been some like stuff going around for Apex Legends that's dying. Like it's been kind of like going downhill, you know. It's just and I can kind of see it. You know, it's been kind of stale overall, like with the other modes and whatever. We've only had 2 maps for the past few past like several weeks or a couple weeks because Olympus had some sort of bug, so we haven't seen Olympus for a while. So it's just Broken Moon and World's Edge, and people are just tired. I'm tired of World's Edge. I'm with Todd on that one. World's Edge kind of sucks because there's just like so few like spots to go to. People will go to fucking Fragment all the fucking time, man, including construction, especially construction. That shit sucks. And whenever I'm playing with randos and someone's like the jump master, they always fucking pick Fragment, man. Shit, I'm tired of it. I'm definitely starting to see why Todd feels that way for World's Edge. It's starting to catch up to me, man. So, and more on Respawn stuff, or not Respawn, Apex Legends stuff. Apparently, I heard this from Mitchie, our old friend Mitchie, who was on here. Mitchie was like, "Oh, you know, I heard that Bloodhound is gonna go back to season 1 or something like that." I'm like, well, you know. So
what does that mean, boy?
Yeah, right. So did
they're hitting the reset button?
Yeah, like they're also trying to like rework the beacon so that it gives more reason for the scout units or the scout heroes, you know, to be picked. Like if you like use the beacon or something like that, it'll like ping people, like ping the enemy or something like that, besides the, you know, showing you the map. And I don't know, it's just rumors for right now. But like you've played Bloodhound in like the early seasons, right? I mean, what was Bloodhound like, if there is any difference at all? Like he ain't like Lifeline different, is he?
He's like, wait, I have whatchamacall. I have evidence. Let me take a quick look. How many ago? 3 years, 2 years ago. Oh wait, I forget. It's, if you're looking at your YouTube playlist, it's always the first at the top, the very first video, and then okay. All right. Holy shit, 720.
Yeah, right. That's
it's like holy shit, 720.
right.
Okay, I'm just looking. Well, oh, damn. I forgot back in, I want to say early season, so season 1.
Okay.
Bloodhound's tactical scan, after you use it, was a 34 second like cooldown. Oh
Wow.
oh, my heart jumped. It was like I did the whole, in my head I did this.
The me.
I did that. I was like, excuse me? And I played this character?
Mm-hmm. Damn, 30. What? God damn. So they're making him worse, or they're making them worse?
I know, it's like, he's going. Well, we don't know if Bloodhound's a he or she yet, so they're making,
well, it's
them
non-binary.
worse.
Well, it's non-binary.
Yeah.
That's what they confirmed. So
yeah.
So anyway,
but, you know, we don't want to step on toes, but
right.
okay. Oh yeah, and his freaking what's it called? Oh yeah, and his Beast of the Hunt, his ult was actually freaking long, like super long.
Okay. So maybe they're trying to make the ult like longer. Maybe I don't know.
35 seconds.
Jeez.
That's how long his ult lasted. And then, you know, when you do a kill or down, it like brought it down.
Oh, okay.
I mean, brought it not down, brought it back up.
Oh, wow. Okay, so okay.
No.
Wow.
Holy.
Was
And
it-
I can't believe I was Peacekeeper and a fucking wingman hero in the early days. Ugh.
So like anything else?
I don't know, because if they are reverting Bloodhound back to season 1 phase, it's probably going to be his ult.
Right.
all-
Yeah.
His ult, whatever.
They're all yeah.
Because hell no, anyone's going to be happy with a 34-second cooldown on a freaking tactical
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Especially with Seer around, like yeah. Especially with Seer around, like I don't think that's gonna be a good one. And then I heard like yeah, and then now besides Bloodhound, I heard that like Valkyrie Skydive is not gonna have the what do you call it, those scans or whatever. Like it won't like mark people or whatever.
Oh, it's not going to be like the target, right? It's not
Yeah,
gonna
I think they're getting rid of that. I think they're getting rid of that. So they're like really butchering Valkyrie even further. I guess. I don't really feel I was like bothered by it. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's why, like, to me, and this is what my friends who played a lot of Respawn games, Respawn, and again, this is from, hearsay from them.
Yes.
Respawn is like, they don't know how to balance until, like, people bitch about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot.
Like, it feels like they'll throw shit on the wall, then put it into the game, and then once people are going like, "Hey, this isn't working. What the hell are you doing?" They go like, "Oh yeah, hee hee ha ha. Don't worry."
Yeah. Did they say
it was just a test?
Yeah.
And
Then
they're
they-
just staring. We're like,
Yeah. Yeah. Did they say that for like the ring or the storm or whatever? Like it was like too short, so people were complaining about it in first round. So that's why they were like, we'll change it back sometime or something like that. Like
yeah. To me, the first ring shouldn't be too long, and it shouldn't be too short. It should be like, I want to say 5 minutes into the game. That's when the first ring should close. But I haven't played Apex for like months.
yeah.
When was my last Apex game? I should have like
I'm like
193.
I'm like 105 on my battle pass, my current battle pass, so I'm pretty good. Like I don't have really anything else to chase for, so I'm pretty good.
2 months ago.
2 months ago, it's not that far, but
Okay.
the way you describe it.
So that puts us at November.
Okay.
I'm I'm on YouTube and I'm like thinking, okay, 2 months ago, that's about November. Looks at the description of the video, November 11th.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Apex Legends has been it's been like some weird places, man. It's like, why do they go through this? Like, why do they do this to well, I mean, these are rumors right now, but why would they do this to Valkyrie? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's not like it's only gonna come up when she ults or when you skydive. It's like, I don't get it. It gives less reason. It gives her less like of that uniqueness, and now she's more like, I don't know, any other legend, to me anyway. Maybe they'll like do something with her missiles or something. I don't know, but if this is all true, of course, right? These are just rumors for right now. Let's make that clear. So maybe we're not gonna even see changes, but we don't know because I mean, there's been leaks about this stuff, and they all have come true for the most part, especially with the costumes. So maybe the patch notes are true. I don't know. Maybe they are true. But if they're gonna put Bloodhound back to season 1, that's so fucking weird. So fucking weird, man.
Like if anything, if they wanted to put like stuff back onto season 1, just for shits and giggles, it should be Lifeline.
Lifeline. So he's on the Newcastle's just
Like again, just for
Yeah.
shits and giggles, just give her back her her shield.
or Shield when she's reviving. Oh man.
Yeah. And then like all the new people I'd be like, what the hell is this? It's like, welcome back, Lifeline. You want to play a dance? This is how you dance.
Yep. But yeah, anyways, hopefully ending the mobile game will at least like funnel the resources back to the main stuff, and that'll mean we'll at least get some pleasant experiences back onto
Yeah.
like Apex Legends for reals, right? So I don't know, but we'll see, man. It's such a weird game right now in terms of like sort of, I don't want to say politics, but like the behind the scenes stuff. Let's just say, like because I really do like the core Apex Legends stuff. Like it's my go-to BR game. And I'm not playing fucking anything else, like not Warzone, Fortnite, or anything like that. It's just been Apex Legends. So it'd be a damn shame if they also shut this down. But unless they put in Titanfall back on the map, then I'd be okay with that. But
I mean, there was a canceled like Apex Titanfall like game.
I was about to bring that up too. I was just about to bring that up. So let me bring up the other tabs or other notes. So
Bring it up, kids.
yes.
So let's start with the Titanfall.
Yes.
Yeah, the single player that got canceled, which I want to say they didn't need to cancel it outright. They could kind of implement it into the main game, just like how Overwatch is
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
really behind on their PvE content.
Yeah, I think the campaigns aspects of Apex Legends just could have been called Titanfall or something. I don't know, the Titanfall story or something. Like that would be kind of cool. And then he kind of like slowly introduced the mechs back in again. Like that could be pretty cool.
I mean, that's what I thought when Valkyrie was going to be introduced, because her backstory is that she is the daughter of a pilot
Yeah.
for Titanfall. So it's like, oh, so now they're actually implementing what they said is Apex takes place in the Titanfall universe. But we haven't seen anything Titanfall.
I know, right? Like that's such a weird.
It's like how can you say that when you don't have like the actual thing?
Right, the actual mechs in here too. Like you don't even get to like really see them in the background. Like not even like a what do you call it, like a dead Titan or something, like a destroyed Titan, like just there.
You don't even. There's not even a map that takes you to like a previous Titanfall map.
No, nothing.
Like that's how you would actually like really tie it in. Because to me it's like you bring back a Titanfall map and it could be like the aftermath of like on the top of your head, because you did play Titanfall, right? What's like one of the famous maps that you would just visit or you go into from the campaign?
Okay,
Like,
so
name-
it's kind of hard to like pinpoint exactly, but let me
Mhm.
Titanfall 2 maps. I'm pretty sure if I like look at a picture or something, it'll like trigger all the memories and shit like
Mhm.
that. But like, oh god, Homestead, yeah, Colony, the Complex.
Okay, yeah. See, it's like with those like Relic 2, Relic,
Mm-hmm.
like for example, if they just
Look at that.
brought Relic into Apex as a playable map.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be the what's the fast paced option, gameplay option. It's like your squad versus the squad, and you have to win like 3 times to.
Oh, like search and destroy, and like those like what do you call?
Well, it's in Apex right now.
Oh,
it's kind of like search and destroy.
Oh, arenas.
Yeah, there you go. Fucking arenas.
But it basically is search and destroy. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so again, like just at least bring some of these maps into Apex, kind of like fully stamp saying like, yes, we are part of this this universe, instead of just saying like, yeah, Titanfall is in this universe, but they're on the other side of the universe or whatnot. It's like, well, by the way you're making this whole universe, is like they can like travel between planets and stuff.
Yeah, complex definitely. I definitely remember for sure. Just looking at the loading screen, man. Oh my goodness.
But again, like with this whole respawn thing, it's just me and my friend who doesn't play Apex anymore, because the nerfs and the buffs that they do with the weapons is sometimes like mind-boggling. Like he got tired of it. We both agree to it. It's like it's just respawn being respawn. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
No. Oh man, Black.
That's why he got put off with Titanfall 2 after like a certain patch with one of his favorite guns. He was like, yeah, they don't know. They don't know what they're doing with this gun.
Yeah, it's just like Respawn like gets the core stuff right, but the stuff around it is just so weird. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's why it's like also like it's like when they do these nerfs and buffs, it's like, did you guys really test it out, or are you just throwing it out there, going like and making up numbers?
Yeah, try to see what sticks. Yeah. Yeah, there's not really much else to go off of. Yeah, even Jason Schreier talked about it too, with the canceling of the single player stuff. It sucks, man. It's a damn shame, because Titanfall is really cool. Like, especially with Titanfall 2's campaign mode, that shit was actually cool, and people just not enough people know about it, man. Let me tell you, Titanfall, like the whole Titanfall thing was like really cool, and then. I remember playing Titanfall 2 with the guys, and it was like really fun, man, with all the wall running and all the Titans like falling down and coming down and beat the shit out of each other, man. That shit was like really cool. If only they just kept up with it and then balanced the guns right, balanced the mechs right. But they kind of like essentially scrapped it for a BR that they also still are kind of like still slipping the same exact way. But hey, it's a battle royale, so people are gonna stick around to it until Respawn themselves go on to something else.
Yep. Titanfall 3, and then in that campaign they mentioned, your character, one of your team leader goes like, I'm friends with this guy that loves poison. It's like, oh, okay. Can you name drop him instead of just describing what they are?
Yep. Oh, I know this old guy who has a robotic arm and shoots a lot of grenades.
That's why I named my mech after him. It's like,
okay.
It's like, why?
Yeah. Fuse. Yeah.
But again, if they really wanted to, again, make Apex really like say we're a part of it, just make your next legend like full on like they summon a mech. Like I mean,
yeah. Maybe a mini mech, but at least
like a mini mech or something to say like hey, this is a Titan.
Yeah.
But it's like because that would be also like when you think of it like. See, I might be giving them ideas already. If they wanted to make Titanfall 3, but they wanted to do like a teaser, like their next champion for the Apex Legends would be like someone from Titanfall 3 or within that universe with a mobilized mech that's portable.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you bring that into Titanfall 3, to which you have choices. You either get your big ass mech or you have your mini mobile mech.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Here's some. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You're gonna say something?
I was going to say, but I guess we're too small brain.
Oh yeah.
For Respawn.
Mm-hmm. So apparently there's some details that were scrapped, right, from the single player game, according to Jeff Grubb, coming from again Alpha Intel. Featured BT and other Titanfall characters. So I believe BT is the main Titanfall or Titan, excuse me. It's main Titanfall, main Titan that had like actual like artificial intelligence, self-aware and stuff like that. He was a cool character, man, and of course, well, stuff happened, So, Rampart brings back BT back to life. That would have been so cool, right? Like you said, tie in the universe, right? So, got the Apex Legends characters with the Titanfall characters. Boom, that was so cool. Players played as Blisk. Legends show up to give you powers. Inspired by Doom Eternal and wall running. So.
Ooh.
Yeah. I hope they reconsider, but from records, yeah, it's probably canned for good. Super unfortunate, man. Super unfortunate. Yeah, pretty much my reaction for this little situation here with Pascal fucking crying and laughing, or laughing and then crying rather. Jeez, man. No love for Titanfall, man. It's fucking awful.
It's just like that scene from Rogue One. We're at the cusp of greatness.
Yep. Yeah.
And then they fall down.
Yep. All right, let's at least end the game stuff with some relatively happy news. So, this unknown game, or relatively unknown game called Hi-Fi Rush, has been on a lot of people's radar. It's been performing pretty well for a game like this. Outperforming even Forspoken, which was like super marketed, right? It was like mass marketed from Square Enix. And yeah, it's been beaten by Hi-Fi Rush, which was like barely marketed. It was like, yeah, it was talked about like once or twice, something like that. On Steam, it's outperforming on Steam right now, which is like, damn, man, shit. So Hi-Fi Rush, for those who don't know, is like a rhythm-based like action game, from what I've been seeing. So actually pretty cool so far from what I've seen. I haven't played it myself. I've watched people play it for a little bit. What about your perspective? Like, have you seen or watched people play it?
For both games, or just
just Hi-Fi Rush for right now? Yeah.
Okay, Hi-Fi. I like it. It's just that it's not gonna be a game for me because I suck in rhythm games.
Yeah.
Look at Patapon. I could not finish that game.
Right.
I cry.
Yeah.
But it looks fun, and it feels like those Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, that's definitely the style they're trying to go for, it seems like. Just that, like, kind of, like, yeah, silly, wacky, but fun sort of vibes that you got from, like, the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And what about Forspoken? Like, from what you're seeing, like, how is it, like, sitting with you as a viewer.
I think people just blowing it out of proportion because of the dialogue.
Right, but from what you're seeing,
gameplay wise,
yeah.
I'm still at a loss because there's so much like stuff that to make her good, it's like, okay, you have to do this elemental attack, then after that you do this one and you do this. It's like, can I just spam ice, please? No, I have to do all of this like elemental mixture. I have to become the avatar.
Right. I mean, I heard that the beginning is kind of rough because of these spells.
Yeah,
like, not
it's
being great.
rough. It's rough as hell because the beginning of the game is like slow.
Yeah, it's like a
It's not-
JRPG.
Yeah,
Even Fire Emblem is kind of slow. Like it does take some time to kind of like get all its sort of gears kind of rolling and stuff like that, with all cylinders firing up in the engine, you know. But yeah, I mean, just the fact that it's outperforming a game that's been super marketed in comparison, it's like that's saying something. The surprise Microsoft game made more revenue than Square Enix's title, despite costing less than half. So yeah, obviously, Forspoken cost a lot because they put a lot of money into the marketing rather than, you know, obviously making sure the game runs fine and whatever. Not to mention, yeah, you know, like you said, the whole like, or like you mentioned, yeah, the whole like dialogue thing kind of like put off a lot of people too. Well, I think that should be the least of our worries for the game. I think overall the game, I don't know, it just kind of, I guess it just like doesn't vibe with a lot of people overall for some reason. So I guess it is what it is. It could be a number of factors, but I think Hi-Fi Rush is just like simple. It's just it you know, it knows what it's doing, kind of thing. It's just like I think it's down to its like simplicity. I think really, it's a rhythm-based action game, and not to mention, you know, like it's got a cartoon graphics. It's you know, it's universally more appealing looking just from visually, you know. And then this one's like, you know, realistic, so obviously it's gonna not automatically appeal to not everyone, you know. It's already gonna be God, that face.
yeah.
It's automatically gonna not age well, you know, over time and such like that. I think also like maybe Forspoken doesn't have like a set sort of like tone to it, because yeah, sure, you know, like you said in previous episodes, you know, you have this modern century person going into a fantasy world, and she's reacting to the things around it like rather, you know, like, yeah, I guess, you know, how any person would, right? So, but
Yep.
I don't know, maybe there's some like nuances that I'm not seeing, as, you know, not playing the game, of course. But
Yeah.
you know, I guess overall maybe like they still don't have like the theme down to a T or whatever for Forspoken, so that's why people are like kind of turned off by it. So, and maybe also because like people are kind of like tired of like characters being meta and stuff like that with the story and such like that too. And I think it also kind of came around at a wrong time because of Velma, right? Stuff like Velma and like other like just other Marvel stuff that are trying to like, you know, be meta too, especially with She-Hulk too. That's another character that breaks the fourth wall, and you know, that's, you know, kind of drives that sort of type of comedy. And then yeah, so I think people are kind of tired of that right now and trying to see something that's like at least a little more true to like the vibes or something like that. It's I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, I guess, but I think Forspoken kind of came at the wrong time right now. So when there are other things that that kind of like been doing that, and people are kind of tired of it, we've seen it like throughout like Marvel stuff, and then even Apex Legends too. Like I think what's her face, I'm forgetting her name already. The sniper.
Oh, the one with the bat?
Yes. It's like
Her. Let's just call her, because even I forgot.
it's like Vantage.
Isn't
I think it was
Vantage?
Vantage. Okay, I think it was Vantage. But like she's kind of talks like that too. Like I mean, hey, I'm killing people. All right, whatever. This is that sort of thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
That type of humor, I think has been sort of like driving people to a wall in a bad way. So that's probably also why that's been happening as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is Vantage. So yeah, that's probably why Forspoken is performing that way. And then like just I don't know, maybe the marketing did do a pretty shitty job just showing this side only, and then just I don't know, what could you do more with it though? I don't know. It's definitely no black and white answer, just like what we were talking about earlier. Yeah, just like just a lot of like little things that add up to this one result or something. A lot of little complexities that sort of meet this end result. I don't know. All right, anyway, I think we can move on from there. I definitely want to talk about this. That's in the news featuring anime, movies, and streaming, and more specifically on streaming. And I did hint at early on, because with like I think it was from Wizards of the Coast or something like that. But anyway, so Netflix, yes, our I guess go-to streaming platform for a while. But no, maybe perhaps Netflix is making it very difficult now to feel that way, because they've made the announcement about the whole like anti-password sharing protocol, and it was pretty bad to the point where they deleted the support page for the protocol. Like if you have questions like how does it work, they deleted that stuff because, of course, people are gonna react this way. Like people are absolutely against this. Like, what are they thinking, man? So, what are your comments about this whole situation? If you like even read a little bit into it.
So it's more like, okay, it's like, okay, on one side I understand what you're doing, Netflix, but on another side, someone pointed out it is an invasion of privacy, because they said like we're implementing like an IP checking shit. It's like, why? We gotta make sure that your the primary account holder like devices are in where his home network is. So,
So
and then you brought up like, I'm a mother and I have a child in college in another state or in another country.
Yes.
Are they gonna have to come back home every 31 days to just fucking like do this? Like come by the door?
Right.
Okay, bye, mom.
Yeah.
Or like for me, I'm using my boyfriend's account. He lives in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm here. Do I have to mail my fucking phone, my damn PS5, my TV?
Yeah. Yep.
But
yeah.
but it also looks like, like it might be just like, okay, you after the 31 days, you just have to approve or deny like what devices are connected to your account. I was like, that's been there already.
I know, right?
Why they're adding extra steps?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just adding these like really inconvenient steps to just help hinder us from enjoying the content on Netflix, if there is any content to enjoy on Netflix right now. But like,
That's the other thing. Like people like the recent CEO or whatever saying that we don't what's it called? We don't cancel successful shows, and then everyone's like giving them lists. It's like, what about all of these?
Yeah, excuse me.
And then like in the next hour, that guy's Twitter was silent. It was like, that's right, bitch. Try again. Try again.
Yeah,
you don't delete. You don't cancel successful shows. And then someone actually like wrote to them. It's like, what do you count successful shows, sir? Because here's this Warrior Nun and all of this, or do you count Big Mouth a successful show? And it's like, yeah, because I'm sorry, I watched Big Mouth after starting like I think it was season 3. I was like, okay, this is getting too fucking dumb. It's getting too predictable, and these characters are not likable anymore. These are like, holy crap, just stop.
Shame.
Yep, shame. Where's my shotgun? Shame. Shame.
or that one lady from Game of Thrones. Shame. Shame. Shame.
Again, like if Netflix is really like putting their foot down on this, it's like, okay, don't blame us. Your consumers who's been, or whatever left is your consumers, been keeping you afloat, starts to dip. Because you're gonna become that dumb Simpsons meme. Was it us and our stupid password policy that drove us to be bankrupt? No, it was the consumers.
Was it our decision that we led to ourselves to go plummet? No, it's the consumer.
Yeah, it's their fault.
Yes, even though they didn't do anything, it was us. We made these decisions, but damn, it's their fault. You know? Yeah, it's so stupid, man. Like they're literally losing their appeal of why people signed up in the first place, which is like it was affordable.
They lost their way. Like Netflix really lost their way.
Yeah, man. Yeah, especially if you can. Yeah, like long time ago, it was like $8 for like everything, man. Like you had everything for $8 a month. Like that was like that was I was on board with that shit, right? And then you had Stranger Things and all those other shows, you know, and just like
yeah, that's why a lot of people say watch when Stranger Things end, like fully ends.
Just
your consumer bar is just gonna go.
Yeah. I mean,
same. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of the same thing with HBO Max. Is like, when House of Dragon came out, it was like wow, and then now House of Dragons, season 1 is ended. It was like oh, it's going oh, but at least HBO Max is floating. Like their heads above the water. Netflix is like already like. That that skeleton meme in the water on the chair, like this. Yeah, I'm okay.
Yep. Yep.
So again, like, and then what makes it more dumb is that how again they're using like an IP address like bot or system to make sure shit's in the household. It's again invasion of privacy, but what about those people that use VPNs?
Right?
you can't really do that. You can't really track or those I know there are some PC users. They have their their antivirus stuff that always has to change the IP like every 30 days to
Something
make
like
sure
that, yeah.
they don't get attacked by viruses or like prying eyes and stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So for those who still have questions, well, because they deleted the support page, it's not really easy to get. But there is a page that has all the questions and stuff like that. So here, from Streamable or Stream Tape, or no, yeah, it's the Streamable. Excuse me. So it says here. Let me see. Who can use a Netflix account now? Netflix accounts are still shareable, but only within one household. To ensure your devices are associated with your primary location, Netflix is now asking users to connect to the Wi-Fi at your primary location, open the Netflix app or website, and watch something at least every 31 days. So, yeah. I read that somewhere that you have to like log into your Wi-Fi and shit like that. It's like, yeah. I mean, I'm sharing my account with my sister, right? And there are times where I think my sister uses the account when she's at her like boyfriend's house. So, so that's definitely gonna this is definitely gonna prevent that, right? I mean, unless I want to pay extra, but I ain't doing that. But if they're really going with this. Let me see. So the next question is, can you still share Netflix with someone who doesn't live with you? No. No, accounts are only meant to be used in within one household. Netflix will prompt users to try to sign in into your account somewhere to sign up for their own account instead of block their access until they do. Netflix will not begin automatically charging account holders whose information is used outside of their homes. Let me see. Can you still use Netflix while traveling? Signing into Netflix outside of your home may lead to the device in use being blocked from Netflix. That's one of the axes to this whole thing too, right? This could prevent you from signing into new devices while traveling, but Netflix has devised a workaround. Traveling users who want to use Netflix on a hotel, smart TV, company laptop, etc., can request a temporary code from the service when signing in. This will give them access to their account for 70 consecutive days. God, why all these extra steps, man? I just want to watch something. I just want to watch something. Like, bro. How can you prevent Netflix from blocking your devices? Signing into your home Wi-Fi at least once every 31 days on your devices will make them trusted devices, quote unquote, which Netflix will remember and leave unblocked. If your device has been blocked incorrectly, you'll need to contact Netflix and blah, blah, blah. How will Netflix know if you're not in your home/primary location? Netflix uses information such as IP addresses, device IDs, and account activity to determine whether a device signing to your account is connected at your primary location. If your device is being used outside your home by someone you haven't authorized, you can sign into your account and sign out all other devices. Then you change your password. Okay, but look at this. How many devices will Netflix let you use simultaneously in one location? So this is my stuff. I was on the standard subscription, which is $15.49. Two devices in one household. Like, I have one for my PlayStation, I got one for my computer, I got one for my other computer. So that's just like, and then, oh yeah, I have it on my iPad. So that's like 4 devices already, right? So it's like, and then my sister's computer, if she wants to use it, that's 5. Like, what the fuck, man? 2? Like, bro, simultaneously, man. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna watch on my computer and then my computer, but like the fact that like if some sort of inconvenience pops up, it's like, ugh. So that's pretty awful. And then if I want to pay premium, which is like what, for parents, right? For, you know, 4 devices simultaneously, that's $20. You have to pay five extra dollars per month just because you want to you want more devices being simultaneously played so that your kids can watch it at the same time with you guys. It's like, man. And yet I'm still getting the same quality of content. You know what I mean? So it's like that of itself is pretty stupid. Netflix began using testing methods to charge users $3 when someone outside the home accessed their account in several Latin American countries in 2022. Oh man. I don't know what else to say other than this is so stupid.
That's why it's that meme right now with Netflix. How they said back in so many years ago, love is sharing a password. It's like, ah,
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh my god.
that shit looks like that shit is fucking false.
Yeah, out the window, right? So let me see. Let me see. Someone brought it up and I liked it. I want to see where that went.
That's why it's like also my favorite meme that's going around this is like, it's like, well, it's like they open a chest and it shows Pirate Bay. It's like, hello, my old friend.
I know. Let me go to oh, what's his face? Might be Omega or something. I forget. Okay, well, anyway. Yes, but you did bring up the love is sharing or love is sharing a password or whatever. That whole thing is just like, that's such bullshit at this point. Oh, there you go. There's the tweet. And then someone I know, Cheesecake Man, said in a quote tweet saying, funny how this hit my timeline right now, or now, when you motherfuckers decide to stop people from sharing passwords this year. Like, god damn, man. This is back in from like 2017. Love is sharing a password. My fucking ass, man. Shit. At this point. What happened, man? What happened? 6 years later. That's crazy. 6 years.
It's more funny, like someone put a screenshot of Netflix's customer service, you know, like asking like all of this. So the person goes like, so a friend whose husband is in the military and away for months will have to get a second account. Whoever doesn't live with you or in that household needs to buy a separate account. It's like, oh, okay. Fuck the military
Right.
people that's out overseas. Got it, Netflix.
Jeez. Well, I'll be damned, right? Yeah, this shit sucks. So I went ahead and paused my account. I'm not paying for that shit until they get this all fixed up. But I think the fact that they delete that support page could mean that they're probably gonna backpedal on it and just like not do it.
I know. That's why I'm thinking is like, wow, is this year like the year of backpedaling? Look at fucking Wizards of the West Coast and they're fucking dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
And on Netflix is like doing this. Yeah, we're doing something cool, right? Why is everyone grabbing their pitchforks and their guns? And why are they aiming at us?
They're probably gonna do the thing where, just like in Wizards statement, they're like, we're for the community. We listen to you guys. Look at us, you know. It's not just you who wins. We win too because it is beneficial for us too, you know. Or something like that, man. Oh my god, I hate fucking companies when they do this, man. I hate business today, man. This shit sucks.
Greedy fucks, that's what they are.
Wait, right? God damn it, man. God damn it. That's literally what they're gonna do. Like, we listen to your feedback. Like, no shit. Like, you better have. That's like in the basics of like companies like this, man. It's like, yeah, you're supposed to listen to the consumer. How else are you gonna run your business? What? So you're gonna make a, continue to make your product the same exact way, all shitty and shit when people complain about it. Like, okay, see how long that lasts. So I went ahead and paused my my account for right now, and then we'll see. I'm gonna keep pausing it for every month, I guess, because like I heard that like if you completely cancel your subscription after like some time, it'll like completely wipe off your like preferences and all the like profiles you made and like all that stuff. So I kind of don't want to do that. So that's why I'm pausing it. So probably the next best thing to do besides canceling it.
Like, I'm like looking at like what to watch on Netflix like right now, like
Yeah.
new shows, not like fucking like old shows.
Old shows or upcoming shows, yeah. New shit, yeah.
So Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm sorry, because I'm seeing like, oh, well, you can watch Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, Squid Games, and all of this, a series of unfortunate events. I'm like looking for like new shit that I can watch only at Netflix, not anywhere else. Like Demon Slayers, like I can watch that on Crunchyroll. Aki the Grappler, I think it's on Hulu. Yeah, so it's like some of these shit I can watch it on another site that doesn't fucking slap me across the head going like, you set a password share.
Yeah, like I think the most recent thing I watched was Sonic Prime. That was like back in like December-ish. But before that, I don't think I've really watched anything else other than Squid Games. I think that was the last thing I watched, and then there was that big ass gap, and then I have Sonic Prime. Like, kind of tells you like what's there for me to watch. It's like nothing. So I've been pretty much basically giving them $16 a month over nothing. So fuck that. I'm gonna just pause it at this point until there is stuff to watch. Like One Piece, for example, right? No, I mean, I guess I'll make that segue because yeah, we all know at that point, man, that's just dumb. I hope they backpedal on it. You say what you gotta say, all that cheesy, corny shit, whatever, man. Just do the thing, you know. You do what you gotta do, or what you should do.
Lee, do the thing.
Yeah, do the thing. So, meanwhile, there is potentially stuff to watch, right? And the One Piece Netflix account made the official announcement that they are going to release One Piece on Netflix sometime in 2023. There is no definitive like date or anything like that. It's just a window, and then so it is coming out this year, and all we got was this poster right here of Luffy, right, being played by Inaki Godoy. And we have this little wallpaper thing right here. So, what made one people?
I'm gonna be an asshole right now. Knowing Netflix, and let's really say that One Piece is successful. We're just gonna see it on the headlines on Twitter. Cancelled after one season. It's like,
yeah, man. Yeah. Whether it succeeds or not, I think Netflix is just gonna cancel it just because they feel like it. I mean, they've done it for like all those like other shows too, man.
Yep. But if it's not Big Mouth, it's gonna keep running. Because that's what they believe. Like consumers want this fucking really horrible writing of raunchy shit. It's like no, no, get that shit out of here.
Mm-hmm. Like, what about the one show with the chess piece or whatever?
Trusty.
Oh, no, the chess game or whatever. Right? I think it was Queen's Gambit or something. Is that on
Yeah,
Netflix?
Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Is it still on Netflix?
Mm.
Hold on,
Nope.
give me a moment here. Well,
It's only one season, kids.
and then what was the other one? It was like Black Mirror or something. Didn't they cancel that one too? Like, I think that was what it's called. But yeah,
It's on hiatus.
is it really on hiatus or is that just
It's been on hiatus for 3 years. Just outright call it canceled, kids.
yeah.
Hiatus, my fucking ass.
Yeah. Hold on, just give me a moment here. All right. So anyways, back onto here. There's some little bit of a discrepancy just from this artwork, or that the if you notice something, right? He's not wearing sandals. Luffy's not wearing sandals. He's wearing shoes. So that's like one of the like key visual differences, right? So and then someone pointed out that like obviously if you when you're doing stunts or something like that, it's not safe to wear it's not safe to wear
Slippers,
sandals.
pretty much.
Yeah. So
Again, it's like, And also, I'm sorry, kids. Look at me in the eye and tell me that you'll feel comfortable doing like a 16-hour shoot in those sandals. Like, look at me in the eye. Would you be fucking comfortable? And most of the time, Luffy is running.
Yep.
That thing hurts. So, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty obvious if you really just like give it a minute, you know? So
Think over this really hard, but not too hard that you might pass out.
Yeah, this is live action, so obviously gotta think about the real world stuff too, like a little bit at least.
Yeah.
If it was like, 3D or whatever, then yeah, that's gonna be out of the window for sure. CGI, whatever. So other than that, like the other people's costumes, they're pretty intact for sure. Like Nami's like, shirt, skirt, Sanji's like outfit, you see Usopp, right? And then there's Zoro. All relatively intact for sure. The only difference, big difference is just the Luffy shoes. That's about it. But there are practical reasons why. So, yeah, I'll check it out. I mean, I am still like on like neutral expectations. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be great because Oda approved of the casting or whatever and such like that. So, yeah, I mean, looks like this time around the creator has a little more backing to the live action stuff, right? Unlike past sort of live action stuff with cartoons and such. But I'm still gonna be neutral. I'm trying to keep it like neutral expectations going, and just watch it and just see how it is, right? So, but hopefully by the time Netflix has their password shit like sorted out, yeah, this comes around, I can just watch this and, well, with peace in mind, so to say. Okay. Just want to speed through this a little bit here, though. There was stuff about Gamera, more on Netflix news. The Gamera anime that's coming is going to be a 6-episode long series, so it's going to be a short one. And it's going to confirm to have 5 kaiju. And the first one to be is Gauss. So that's like the main rival for Gamera, for those who remember. So anything wanted to comment on for this bit of information here?
I mean, I'm happy we getting Gamera back.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm kind of a little disappointed-ish that it's an animated series and not like a
Yeah. A fully
live
fledged.
action.
Yeah.
You know, somewhere on the lines like Shin Ultraman that just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who knows? This might again open the gateway to having a lot of good crossovers. Come on, Legendary.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see my Big Daddy Godzilla fight Gamera.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I'm like with a stick going like this to Legendary. Come on.
Come
Do
on,
it.
come on.
You know you
Come on.
Do something.
Yeah. There's nothing on the episode length at the moment, so we don't know if it's an hour, if it's just 30 minutes. Who knows?
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes. Yeah, if it's like a short or something, like who knows, right? So but yeah, for right now, that's all we got. But it's so cool to see that Gamera's gaining love of some sort. Some sort of attention. So that's nice. Well, of course, that's on Netflix also. So yeah. And then
Well, I also
oh, go ahead.
I guess last thing of Gamera, I better hear that stupid children's song
Oh yeah.
of Gamera.
It'll be like on the radio or something, right? Somebody's radio to like play in the background.
No,
Or they have like
That'll be
or like a metal like sort of remix or something.
no, it's the ending. It's like the ending credits. Like it's all like as you said, like the intro is like all metal and hard and heavy, and then the ending is like all happy and stuff, and you're like,
I mean, that's what animes do, right? Sometimes it's the opposite, right? They have like the happy vibes in the opening, and then the really like solemn like
solemn, like this, like you're full of despair.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, pick a lane.
Mhm.
Are we happy or are we sad? Yes.
Right. Yeah. The more like the emo stuff, yeah. But I want to say, meanwhile, Last of Us, man, it's been popping off, but they made the early announcement of season 2 coming in at some point. So they're really like putting their marbles into this stuff, man. But yeah, I mean, I understand. I mean, it's been popping off too, like especially with the recent episode with featuring Bill, right? There's been talking about Bill and stuff like that. So I, for the most part, enjoyed it. It has some weird sort of parts to it, but like the believability and such like that. But other than that, I mean, it was still a well-told story. So that's all I can say about that. You know, there's been some praises across the board, including Jack Quaid from The Boys, saying that he's been enjoying it. Yeah, like how goddamn incredible Last of Us has been so far. As a massive fan of the games, I have no idea the show could blow me away like this, but wow. You know, that sort of stuff. This one, let me see. Oh, yes. So, wanted to briefly mention this. We're already showing out time here, but one of the actresses who played Tess, or one of the actresses from Last of Us that played Tess, Annie Wershing has sadly passed away due to cancer at 45. It's yeah, that's quite a tragic loss, and especially for a person that of such talent, who did the video game version of Tess in motion capture, and I believe also in the voice acting side of things as well. Tell me if I'm wrong or anything like that, but yeah, I mean, it sucks to have such talented people just like get taken away like that, at such a relatively young age. So, definitely one of the memorable performances in the first Last of Us. Tess was definitely one of those characters, man. Like, you definitely felt the loss. Like, damn, man, fuck. And then now we lost the actress who played Tess, so it sucks to always see these things happen, especially with such talented people. So, any comment on this one? Anything about any comment about Last of Us, real quick?
I will watch the series.
Yeah.
Just gotta wait.
Yeah. Yeah. May she rest in peace. Okay, so yeah, all right. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to cut it short because I have to go run some errands real quick soon. So, but either way, we'll talk about this later in a later episode.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll definitely talk about the James Gunn stuff with the DCU, and yeah, some other extra stuff too. But anyways, thank you very much for tuning in for this episode of the Hypecast. We definitely had quite a things to talk about, including the Netflix stuff. I hope they really, really fix it, man. But it looks like they are. They deleted that support page, so I think they're gonna backpedal and do all the corny PR shit. But we'll see. We'll see about that. But anyways, yeah.
They're pretty much, Netflix is pretty much gonna be like, hey, guy, we are just joking, guys.
Hey. Hey, we got you right. Like, we got you right.
That was some joke, right?
Yeah, that was a great joke, right, guys?
April Fools,
Guys. Yep. So hopefully something, hopefully they backpedal or get thrown the fuck back, like in Sims, like you said. So yeah. So anyways, we'll be back, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
So, yes, pedal.